Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Check in. I'm ready for Monday breakdowns of things. I'm ready for looking ahead, checking storylines. DeMar DeRozan scoring 50. I'm ready, Jason.
Me too.
Now it's a little different for you. And again, not to say you don't love your job, not to say you don't enjoy the season and any of that stuff, but it's a little different for you because once the seasons start, you effectively have 3 jobs.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Least. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're always busy.
I'd rather be busy.
Rather be busy than just chilling.
Well, yeah. I mean, you always like a little bit of a mix, but
Sure.
I do better, I think, when I'm busy. Personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you not do well when you're not busy? That's the implication.
Not as well.
No?
Yeah.
You struggle?
Just not as well.
No, it's not as well. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're on vacation,
not great.
No, then I do a good job, I think, of totally getting away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just disconnect.
Uh-huh.
I don't.
I noticed.
really,
Yeah.
some might play a game while you're gone to see how many times that they could see you tweet. And some might put their thumb on the scale to make sure that their numbers are right.
You're stupid and it's accurate. Although, I mean, are we still at a point where tweeting is working? I just, let me explain. Like, for example, when I was in Europe, a lot of times I use, especially Facebook, I use Facebook as like a running kind of diary. I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
I paid my taxes.
Is that an old man flex? Facebook?
Maybe Facebook.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right. Maybe. I'm so glad I did it because it's paying dividends now because every day I go on Facebook. And I've said this before. And right around now is when Facebook memories come up. And look, a lot of it's just really stupid. And some of it I have to delete. But every day a memory comes up almost without fail. Hey, look, here's August 19th, 2017. That's 7 years ago. Look at me with the little kids.
Fun.
At the baseball game.
Yeah.
All right. And, here's my son getting what are those called where they draw the weird face?
Oh, like a little portrait of him?
Caricature. Thank you. My daughter, same thing. It's almost like now every day I get a reminder of when the kids were little and, better. But then like when I was in Europe, I tweeted and stuff, but it was always like I spent the entire day with my family. And then I have, a few minutes to myself, and it's like, oh, here's some thoughts I've gathered that not that anybody cares, but it's just something not working. Now, if I'm in the chat of the shows that are on, I'm just saying hello.
Are you?
A little bit. Well, I like to listen. I'm a fan.
But what you're really hoping to see is you wouldn't be happy with it, but what you're kind of looking for is like, man, this show really does suck with Dave gone.
You see,
you guys are terrible.
You're close, but that would be, and that disappoints me, Chris. That would be incredibly narcissistic. What I'm really looking for has nothing to do with any of that. What I'm looking for is people complimenting the show while I'm gone. See, that's worse. I'm looking for the people that are saying how great the show is while I'm gone, and then I'm plotting things against them while I'm gone for when I get back. I'm writing things down. Oh, Zebra, you said this cool thing. Well, let's just wait. This station's been such a part of my life forever. I don't even know what I do. Eventually that day will come.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell I'd do without it. You're almost clean shaven too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at you. Let me guess. You shaved Friday?
No, yesterday.
Yes, that's one day.
Well, but I didn't take it off.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just trimmed it.
I got you.
Yeah. How about you?
I shaved Friday. This is 2 days.
But you took it off. All off.
Yeah. I took it was getting.
You took it off.
It was getting. I the thing is that I can grow a beard. It's just weird and patchy and stupid. I can't grow like you can grow a full beard, no problem. Well, I mean, at least you can grow not that the full beard that's trimmed looking, whatever that's called.
Yeah. I've never gone all forever and to have it where, I mean, maybe it looks like a beard, but I've never taken it to where it's I feel like this is a beard.
Yeah, right. Chris, there's a difference between a Grizzly Adams is what I'm saying, and kind of like what you have, where it's just close crop, but what you have, I would not describe. I mean, technically, I guess it's in the family of beards, but when I think beard, I don't think of Santa Claus. Obviously, that's right. Beard, but like Richard Karn off of Home Improvement.
I was literally about to say Al Borland.
Right, yeah, that's a beard.
Yeah.
So there's
you could comb it a little bit.
Yeah. Right. There's a difference between Richard Karn, Santa Claus, and then you, or Ryan Reynolds usually walks around with a beard, but it's not a beard. It's
not all the way. Yeah. If I start to get some of the hairs a little bit longer around the mouth, I'm like, okay, no.
Yeah, but you don't just go.
They can, but usually that's a trigger. I'm like, all right, let's clean it up.
That's the worst. I don't understand how people with beards.
Yeah.
You're eating, and there's always some crap in there.
Yeah.
The other problem too is that there's too much. There's more. I have 3% gray in my hair, maybe. But I have 50% gray in my beard.
Yeah.
And I'm not willing to pay those extra years.
I'm probably 60% hair, 80 beard.
You think you're 60%, your hair is 60% gray?
I have
a
graylo. A halo that's gray.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Jason, I mean, it's not like there could be much gray on top.
That's being fair?
Yeah. Well, no,
I think that's being very fair.
I thought he was going with an old joke, but Graylo sounds like a band.
Yeah.
Or a video game for old people.
Graylo was huge in 2006.
Graylo was massive.
To be fair.
So we got a fun show for you. And pretty soon, by the way, we have college football just a sniff away. Boise State announced their quarterback. That's big news.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of off today in a sense because I had a protein shake for breakfast. Woke up early, didn't exercise. Protein shake.
Okay. Ooh, is that health kick coming?
I'm freaking jacked.
It's arrived.
Oh.
Today.
Oh, today was the day?
Today. Well, all weekend was shopping, throwing a bunch of crap out, prepping. It's here.
Is this a you decision?
Yeah,
Okay.
a little bit. It's a big year. I want to, you know what I'm saying, keep reading stuff about subcutaneous fat and different things. So a lot of it, though, is prep. So, like, breakfast is the tough one for me. So I'm giving myself choices. So I have.
Make good choices.
But that's what I'm trying to do. And, like, I everybody said, anything you read is like eggs. Eat eggs.
If you only had a little, like, small egg maker.
For, like, a sandwich?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what I'm trying to do. So I have 3 choices for breakfast this week. So this morning I had protein shake. And by the way, and I like them all. Protein shake.
Which had what?
Almond milk, scoop of protein, peanut butter protein powder, frozen berries, and bananas. This like shaker I have of like chia, hemp, and something else seeds. Yeah, I think that's it, right? And you blend it, and a little bit of oatmeal, little tiny bit of just plain oatmeal.
Okay.
It's good. It's great. Drink it, easy, whatever. So I have that. I have a Ziploc of egg bites.
Okay.
I made those yesterday. It's like a little, I take spinach and mushrooms and just a little bit of ham. And I cooked them all together. And then you put them in the muffin tins and boom, egg bite. I like those. I can eat egg bites.
How long do those last? So like you cooked them and you put them in the fridge?
Yeah.
In the Ziploc?
They'll be there all week.
Okay.
I make a bunch.
And you just warm them up and
throw
them on the go.
Wrap them in a paper towel, 30 seconds.
Got it.
Good to go. And then the other one, and the one I actually really got into last time I started eating better was overnight oats, where you just you mix up basically oatmeal, and in my case I like chocolate peanut butter, so I put a scoop of chocolate and a scoop of protein powder in there, almond milk, mix it up, and then you just put it in these little jars. You put it in the fridge and overnight, and then you wake up the next morning and it's cold, but it's good. You can put a blueberry or something in there, whatever. Super
nice.
easy. So just all this stuff that's really super simple. And then, a lot of I don't like ground turkey. I just don't, and it's all mental. It's just a stupid mental block for me. But if it's in chili, I don't notice it, and I like it. So I made a whole thing of turkey chili. So by the way, I didn't realize it. Chili's actually pretty good for you.
Yeah, beans, right?
Beans and tomatoes and bell peppers and onions.
Stinky.
Absolutely. Oh, it's going to be a blast this week, literally. And turkey. So there's like stuff like that. There is cool, like I don't mind. Here's the thing. This is why we're so screwed. This is exactly why. This is the only reason we're screwed up as a country. The only reason, and none other reasons, is that eating healthy is weirdly harder than not eating healthy. It really is.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be, but it is. If I like actually a lot of healthy, like lettuce wraps. I love lettuce wraps. What are those Vietnamese soy paper? What are they called? You get them at like a Vietnamese restaurant. Spring rolls. Thank you, Chris. I don't know why I always look at Chris, and Chris is just looking back at me, but somehow it works. It helps me think.
It's usually my face going, I have no idea what you're talking about.
At all.
Spring rolls.
Spring rolls. The other ones are like kind of see-through
Yeah.
with the rice paper. They're actually not that hard to make. Super good. A little soy sauce, a little peanut butter, and then eat them. Like, but it's not as easy as Hot Pocket. Croissant sandwich breakfast roll from Jimmy Dean.
Right.
I wonder why. I wonder why the world can that even be helped?
Money.
I guess, right? And I mean, unless like the problem too I come up with is the two of the basic foundational pyramids of eating healthy are like fish and eggs. I hate fish and I don't really like eggs. That's a huge problem.
That's problematic.
A lot of people can just pound fish like no issue at all. Fish. Raw fish, good.
Yeah.
But raw fish, expensive. Raw fish, really expensive. And also, there's still the chance, like I've seen too many TikTok videos or whatever of like someone pulling a giant worm out of a piece of tuna. I don't know.
I mean, probably could do that for every food.
Yeah, you ever think about that? Like how many bugs and worms you eat you just don't know about? You ever spend any time thinking about that?
I don't.
I have. Chris?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 100%. No, it's just not great.
Jason, you need to think about it more.
Yeah, you really
No,
do.
I really
Like
don't
the
want to.
amount of weird stuff. Like you ever like eating a hamburger and then like you crunch onto like a tiny little crumb of a bone. At least that's what you think it is. And you're like, is that from the cow? Or like you ever hear stories about like how a mouse will flop into a thing of ground, like the big industrial ground beefies. And then it's like, oh, am I eating ground mouse? It tastes fine.
Your Facebook memories of that?
Yeah, it came up yesterday. That's why I'm thinking about it. We got a big show for you. Everything that happened over the weekend, including some Bay Area preseason football, some former Bay Area preseason football, some Bay Area baseball for the final time, at least in its form, and Caitlin Clark doing Caitlin Clark things. So we'll be all over the place today. We'll have fun. It's Jason Ross, Chris Loud, Carmichael Dave. We'll be right back with Leading Off after this.
What's the missing piece for the 49ers?
Which names will they add during free agency? Whether it's in season or off season, the coverage never stops. Get the latest 49ers news on Sacktown Sports and sacktownsports.com.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
49ers go 2-by-2 formation. Rita next to Dobbs. Dobbs going to pull it and run and try. Dive into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers! Josh Dobbs with a touchdown to give the Niners the halftime lead. He had to break a tackle on the 1-yard line to get in. 49.
The hell was that, Greg?
Is that a preseason twist?
Is he changing it?
Dive into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers!
Oh, we gotta reach out. We gotta bring him on.
Well, he will be.
Yeah, I have we completed that negotiation?
I don't know.
I'm saying
Chris is in management.
I'm saying I want. Yeah, Chris, how's that going?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm saying I want to bring him on for like a minute. Which, by the way, good luck. But we got to find out: is he changing it up? And if so, why? Is this a Super Bowl good luck, bad luck thing? Greg, that's not what you say.
Down, 49ers!
San Francisco. That's what we know.
It was great, baby.
It was great, baby. Meanwhile, Raider fans listening, they're like, yo, really? Really? Is that what he says? Yeah, no. Well, despite that, and I want to imply that it's a bad call. It's just a different call.
Right.
Boy, quarterback controversy. Is Josh Dobbs pushing Brock Purdy into a quarterback controversy? Purdy is, according to reports, looked okay to lame in the preseason in practice and in camp. And then yesterday goes out and goes 2 for 6 with 11 yards. Jason, 2 for 6 with 11 yards. Is the Purdy hype over?
Yeah, washed, right? It's happened quickly.
How long until how much rope has Purdy earned?
I think he's earned a pretty good amount. Like, honestly, I'm not even remotely phased, but I mean, nobody likes to see that. I mean, for those that, and there are plenty of people out there, Dave, and you know this, that are Purdy is a benefits from Shanahan / every other element that they have. So yesterday he had Shanahan. He did not have any starting offensive linemen. He did not have his skill players, but okay, people would say, oh, put Mahomes in there and he'd be fine. That might be true. All that might be true. But that's the way the team is built. And so while the team is being built like this, what he has been put under, he's been great.
The funniest thing to me about the Brock Purdy thing is that the entire conversation, in fact, 90% of the Brock Purdy conversation on the negative side, and this is something that really nobody can deny, and if you deny, you're in denial, right? 90 to 95% of the Brock Purdy negative conversations go away if he's a top 10 pick. If Brock Purdy was picked number 7, oh my God, Brock Purdy's on pace to it. He was if Brock Purdy was picked where Trey Lance was, there wouldn't. And obviously, we're having fun with the whole quarterback controversy thing, but nobody would care. Nobody would care. It's like I feel like this is like if in a marriage somebody cheated on somebody like the first or second year of the marriage, and then they're in year 20. And there's always trust issues. Like, was Brock Purdy being picked last in the draft the cheating of that whole thing? Because it seems to be this thing that's there simply because GM screwed up.
I mean, I feel like there's something there, but also is it different, though? Like when Jimmy G was there, he was picked higher. He wasn't their pick.
Yeah, but did he put I feel like if Jimmy G had been picked wherever and his first, I mean, really, Brock Purdy hasn't played a full 2 years. And he's been to an NFC championship game, lost because he got hurt, which was proven the following year when they beat the hell out of the Eagles, and then lost in overtime to Patrick Mahomes. That's his first year and a half. Yeah. If that was Trey Lance and everything else was the same, but it was Trey Lance because Trey Lance got drafted 3rd, it'd be like Trey Lance on track to be better than Montana and Steve Young.
Yeah.
Is he Steve Young and Joe Montana's football baby? Is that what this is? He's mobile. He can throw the ball. He's clutch. That's all people would be. That's why that the whole Purdy thing really is one of the simultaneously most frustrating and fascinating sports topics I've ever been a part of.
Yeah.
It's just so weird. And that's beyond the normal, like, other team hating stuff. That's fine. That's whatever. It doesn't matter who it is. There's people out there that hate on Patrick Mahomes. Like, dude. But there's actual, like, deep analysis. It's like, bro, what if Purdy got picked 3rd? Would you be saying this? No, Jason, they wouldn't. So we'll talk a lot more about that. Cut number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
Walker sets at the belt. His pitch is swung on and missed. He struck him out with a slider. And the Giants in the final Bay Bridge Series game get an extra inning win here in Oakland. 4-2 the final.
See right here, AB, the Raider fan. See his Raider logo right there. Mahomes is trash. I mean, that's just silly. That's just silly rival talk. Or, well, not. Are they rivals?
Yeah.
Chiefs and Raiders?
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't they be?
Well, I thought, but it's like one-sided. I mean, I know the Chiefs.
Recently.
I know the
Raiders. Very
beat.
recently.
Well, like the last, 15 years? 10 years?
Probably 10. I mean, but then if you could do that, like the Raiders
before
dominated
that,
them
just
for years.
dominated. Yeah, I guess so. He's trolling. The Giants win. The Bay Series is all wrapped up, all that. Bittersweet. Seeing, was it Mark Canna picking up dirt from home plate? I think Matt Chapman that asked for a base?
He took 3rd base, yeah.
And good.
He stole it.
By the way, shockingly, he was allowed to.
Yeah.
I'm surprised John Fisher didn't send people down and say, you're going to need to pay for that.
Yeah. Well, now
they'll send him an invoice.
The last part of the year, they'll play without a 3rd base.
That's it. They can't replace it.
There's only one.
They'll just have a little circle with chalk.
Yeah.
No, they have to take the one on first and then run it over.
Run it over whenever.
I thought they put a sweatshirt.
That makes sense. I'm still holding out, by the way, for baseball to make that rule change. I every year I'm going to bring it up. I want the big orange base to the side of first base. No need to run into first base. Just run on that other side. Prevent all this pandemic of ankle injuries we see.
That happen every game.
Every game, probably.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was the most amount of people that have been to an A's game in a long time, and obviously a big reason there is because you have the crossover with Giants fans. It was very much a Giants partisan crowd. Giants fan here, and sad to see. It's just really sad to see. I saw our friend Brody Brazil, I think we'll play the audio later, ask Dave Stewart. He has Dave Stewart in the studio. He said, hey, if you could trade the 89 championship that you were a part of for the Aces to stay in Oakland and play, would you? And Smoke said without even play, yeah, I would in a heartbeat. This is where my memories are. Are you kidding me? Absolutely. Which, wow. I mean, that's a pretty big deal, dude. So we'll talk a little bit more about that in the future of this whole thing. Plus, Blake Snell.
Yeah, another good outing.
Yeah, number 3, please.
Cut number 3.
Here comes Clark. Wielding through traffic, finds hole, lays it in. Caitlin Clark has now tied Tisha Penichero's record for most assists in a season by a rookie.
Hey, Tisha. Well, she'd pass her. And now Caitlin Clark, really not a surprise, holds the rookie record. We don't have a lot of time to spend on that now, but at 7:30, we're going to talk about this. And we'll also talk about it in 3 for Madness, too. I do not understand why people are still having conversations about Angel Reese's rookie of the year. She's having a fine year. She's having probably guaranteed rookie of the year just about any other year. But really, I need somebody to explain it to me like I'm too. Because, again, not the WNBA expert here, but I do watch basketball, and I absolutely do not get that. We'll take a break, though. When we come back, the Giants win, wrap the Bay Bridge series, and Blake Snell, my goodness gracious, we'll get into all that after this.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Hey there, Jason Ross here, and you never know when you may need someone to represent you, to be on your behalf for a situation that you probably, most certainly didn't plan for. Well, in this case, you want to have your plans set. So if something were to happen to you, that you are prepared. You have someone in your corner that you can trust, someone that you know has had success, someone that's in our community, and someone that will represent you and go to bat for you. Well, I've got just the person and just the group. SackLegalDefense.com, the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez. Right here in downtown Sacramento, he is willing and wants to represent you in whatever situation you may have. Maybe you're looking to get something off of your record that's been hanging around with you for a while, a mistake you made years ago that just kind of never went away. Well, he does expungements. Maybe there's an auto accident, a situation there where you feel you need representation. Wrongful termination, they happen a lot. And how would you know how to take care of that? Well, he does. Again, right here in downtown Sacramento, it doesn't just count you as one of those many clients and turns and burns through cases. He will connect with you and help you in your area of need. Again, I suggest you contact SackLegalDefense.com or call him at 916-304-9187. That's the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez at SackLegalDefense.com, 916-304-9187.
At Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, we make the dream of owning a new car easy and stress-free.
With prices that you just can't say no to. Save on our best selection of the year during the final days of the Honda Summer Event.
Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com. #1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company. Sold on report.
I just don't like going to church, man. I don't like the people there. People at church have like coworker vibes.
Ralph Barbosa, the super cool ass tour.
Like some of them are cool, but most of them, they're just being fake nice because they want that promotion. Like if those are the people that are gonna be hanging out in heaven, I just go to hell.
Saturday, September 7th, the venue at Thunder Valley. Get tickets now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss the hilarious Ralph Barbosa live.
I would end the day with sore feet, sore legs. The drugstore inserts that I was purchasing were really not very useful at all. I walked into the Good Feet store and the guy kind of grinned at me and said, I hear that a lot. I was living with chronic pain before going to the Good Feet store. Now I don't really have that problem. I'm able to do the things that I expect to be able to do, even at my advanced age. I feel pretty good about what's going on.
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk.
Jerry and Kenny here.
When you call Bell Brothers for an AC tune-up, repair, or replacement, let me tell you what you can expect. Clean. Our technicians will show up in a company truck that's clean inside and out. They'll be wearing a clean uniform and ring your doorbell with clean hands. The technician will be clean cut, background checked, drug tested, and trustworthy to enter your home. They'll put on clean shoe covers and put down drop cloths in all work areas. That's right, to make sure your home stays clean. And when the work is complete, they'll tidy up and leave the work area cleaner than they found it. Call us neat freaks. Call us spick and span. Call us tidy, pristine, and immaculate. But whatever you do, call Bell Brothers for an AC tune-up and repairs, because with us, you can count on it being clean. Call us at 916-444-1234 or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sacktown Sports 1140.
A Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
on Sacktown Sports.
I can drive around, listen to this, my windows down. Sometimes I roll them up. Usually I have them rolled down.
Are you windows down or windows up?
I'm making a movie reference, but that's that's actually no. It depends. If I'm, well, I don't often blast music, but if I am, it'll usually be when I'm driving, like meaning moving, or on the freeway. What I don't like doing is being stopped. Because one of my pet peeves is like at a gas station when somebody pulls in, they're just blast, like your windows are rattling. It doesn't matter what the music is.
Yeah,
I've seen all kinds. It's like, bro, why do I need to hear your music, and why am I going to pay for your ear damage later, which is going to happen? Like, keep it down. Like, do your thing. I don't
simmer
care.
down.
Yeah, simmer down. A couple of things though from the weekend before we get into it. Chris brought up something during the break, which is interesting. I'll leave the specifics out as to not disturb his privacy, but he had a you can fill in the blanks wherever you want, but he had a
pest control.
Okay. Pest control person out to, control pests.
That's what they do.
That's what they do. And the person asked to use his bathroom.
Uh-huh.
And of course, Chris being Chris, and I think we would have done, of course, absolutely. Like, I think it's, especially in the heat too. Like, you offer him a bottle of water or something, you want to be comfortable. Anyways, but apparently the person blew up Chris's bathroom, and not with explosives. But Chris is looking at his watch and is like, it's been a few minutes and something's going on. Now, unless the person was ill and there's no way around that, I got to be honest. Like, albeit, I have a hard time if I'm at somebody's house.
Oh,
like I'm Google mapping gas stations or really Starbucks. Starbucks are actually the sneaky best place if you got to go. They're great because their bathrooms are nice and clean. And there's like, whatever that.
Do you feel the obligation to order something?
100%. I 100%.
No, I don't.
I have to. I can't walk into an establishment. Right. I feel like it's rude. This might be a me thing.
I'm just asking.
I feel like it's rude. Like, you as an establishment are paying the rent on this place. You're paying workers to clean the place.
Hey,
your supplies.
You left them a gift.
You're even if it's a gas station, like I'll buy a bottle of water or something. Grocery store bathrooms are a little strange. strange.
They're very strange.
They're hit or miss, and you never know where they are. And usually you have to go through double doors and past the frozen peas.
You're always expecting someone to be saying, "Hey, what are you doing back here?"
That's exactly right. You don't belong here.
Right. But if you are to the point, to me, generally, if you have to go at an establishment, you really have to go.
That's the thing. Exactly.
And you can't get to a spot where you're not certain if it's a key needed or a code.
That's right.
That's
right.
A tough,
and
okay, I decided to go in this place. Oh my goodness. I need a key, or I need to find somebody.
If they even let you go there.
Right.
And then they hand you the key and it's attached to a Volkswagen.
Yes.
You have to open
it. Using the bathroom. How did you know?
But it's one of those that's if you have to go.
Right.
I peed at a Sam's Club yesterday. This is a true story. I did. And not the cleanest one. It was in Folsom. It was I expected that one to be a lot cleaner. Also, I'm thinking of making the Sam's Club to a Costco move. Yeah.
Okay.
I am.
I'm a Costco guy.
We have one right there by us. And the other, I don't know, I just keep hearing people like, "Oh, I got this stuff at Costco." I'm like, well, I got a hot dog. We have hot dogs too.
They do.
Okay. Also, a big moment in my household yesterday, as my daughter's a senior and my son's a sophomore, and my continuing quest now to open up a little bit from the strict householding. Big step last night. We watched Step Brothers. My wife, weirdly enough, who's always wanted to push me to spread their wings a little bit. My wife was like, "Are you serious?" Now, the compromise we made is that I did, just because the one thing I'm not going to do, the scenes with Dude's wife and John C. Reilly, we fast forwarded through those.
Oh,
come on.
I mean,
you're already committed.
It's just
censorship.
It's just uncomfortable
for you.
I don't want to watch this girl getting visited with while my kiddos are on the couch. I just violence, fine. Murder, no problem. But sack on the drum set, they loved that scene, by the way. That was very funny.
Did Magoo laugh?
Heartily.
Yeah.
A hearty Magoo laugh a few times, by the way. Including the one he laughed at the most. I know, for those of you who haven't seen it, I'm sorry. The one he laughed at the most was at the end when Brennan and his brother tried to hug. He's like, "Well, we could hug." And then the thing that his brother said back to him, which is incredibly offensive. I don't know if you remember. It got Magoo something fierce. But it reminded me of a little known Step Brothers fact that every time I see it, I feel like we have to share. Set in Sacramento.
Mm-hmm.
That is something
they don't make it a plot point.
Not at all. And it throws it a little bit because, first off, it could very much be a suburban Los Angeles area thing. The Catalina wine mixer really doesn't make sense. But you have, if you look at the interview scene with Seth Rogen with the mustard and the ketchup. Yeah, now it's just weird.
Yeah.
There's Raiders, Giants, Niners, and two different Sacramento Kings things in there. And then when they're trying to sell the house, that's when Brennan and what's his face dress up in all the fun gear. The area code's 916. So
Dale.
Dale, thank you. I think we can claim Step Brothers as our own.
I will.
Nice pull, MC, by the way. Or no, that's AB. I'm sorry. I haven't had a carb since 2004. And for a second, I was like, really? Oh, that's those. And the car scene when they're singing "Sweet Child of Mine," just that's such a good movie. They haven't made a sequel, right? And I'm kind of glad they haven't. I think. I don't know how you.
No, it's coming at some point.
It probably is. We're getting Happy Gilmore too. Are we going to get a Billy Madison too?
I want to say there was talk about a Step Brothers 2 where they have a kid.
Who? Brennan and Dale?
Like they adopt a kid.
Oh.
Okay.
Also, last thing I'll say about that. Is it weird that, I know it's weird going the other way, obviously, but is it weird for me that I think Mary Steenburgen is hot? I've always had a weird crush on her.
Oh yeah, going back all the way to Back to the Future 3.
Parenthood.
Hubba. Isn't she Ted Danson's wife? Or was at least?
Yes.
Yeah, is she still?
I think so.
I never know what
You're probably confused by Curb Your Enthusiasm where they get a divorce.
Didn't Larry end up divorcing what's her face, his wife, in that too? In
Yes.
Curb? Yeah.
And then she went on.
And then she went on to marry RFK.
On the show, she ended up dating Ted Danson.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Spoiler.
So then Larry was trying to get with Mary Steenburgen.
Well, because I remember when they first met on the show, like Larry's wife was worried that because Larry kept complimenting her on saying how great and they went out shopping together, and that really freaked his wife out. So that would have been full circle. So yeah, much like full circle, the Giants and the A's wrapped up their Bay Bridge series over the weekend. That is it, and it's over. That's done with. We're going to ask this in safer out, so I'll leave that. But I just don't know what happens to the rivalry here. Will it always be there? This was so bittersweet. We're going to be seeing this a lot.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
It just feels like it'll slowly deteriorate. I think it'll still have some juice here.
Yeah.
But if they do ultimately get to Vegas, then it just feels like it's dwindling away.
Blake Snell, last 8 starts, 1.03 ERA.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
That is.
That's like Cy Young numbers, Jason.
But those aren't enough run. That's not few enough runs for the Giants. They can't score.
They can't score, which is really sad because with some of the pitching they have, they could be making some noise. Speaking of baseball, we'll get into it now. Safe or out coming up next. The Tigers walked off your Yankees, but we'll ask a different type of question. Giants and A's rivalry. And I got a question for you, Cross and Sports. We'll get to that after this.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead. Outstanding ball movement by Sacramento.
Every triple, every jam, every Kings win.
Sabonis with the jam over the Joker. He's got the three-point shot.
Get your Kings fix all season long.
Right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings.
Here's a steal by Fox. The breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
Sacktown Sports at sacktownsports.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Brakes? We can save you 15% on that. We have OE quality Duralast brake pads and rotors in stock, ready for pickup or delivery. We also have calipers, brake fluid, tools, and anything else you'll need to do the job right. When you get Duralast pads and rotors together, you'll save 15%. It's just part of what makes us America's #1 brakes destination.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
There are any number of reasons you might consider selling your home. To move closer to family, live within a smaller budget, or just wanting a change of scenery. Whatever your reasons, having to figure out all the various housing market trends in your area may not be what you signed up for. That's where an agent who is a realtor comes in. Realtors have the expertise to help you find the right price and navigate the process to sell your home in a way that's right for you. That's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
Labor Day savings now at Maida Chevy with $12,000 off MSRP on every new Silverado half-ton Turbo Max in stock after rebates.
$12,000 off every Silverado LT Turbo Max at Maida Chevy with at least 5 at this price.
Labor Day savings up to $12,000 off MSRP exclusively at Maida Chevy at MaidaChevy.com. Sacramento Silverado headquarters. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing and leasing. Some other offers must trade in 2010 model year or newer. Ends 9/3/24.
Made a great deal at Maida.
Whitey here reminding you that not all gas grills are created equal. Bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meats with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro with features other grills cannot match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and a lifetime warranty. I may never want to cook indoors again. Napoleon grills and accessories are now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento, and now El Dorado.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
All righty. Raiders make an announcement. We have a quarterback officially. We'll get to that at 7:30. Niners and Saints coming up next. In the meantime, Chris Verlod with a weird close-up on the both of us, Jason. That's just strange. Ugh. Sorry, everybody. Safe or out? Question un.
The Tigers walked out the Yankees in a Little League Classic last night. Safe or out? This is another fantastic addition for Major League Baseball.
Oh, here's how it happened.
McKinstry at second base. The pitch, swinging line drive. Base hit into left. McKinstry's being waved around third. Dominguez has a big arm. A hesitation. The throw home. Not in time. Tigers win. Zach McKinstry delivers the tying run with a single. Scores the winning run on a Parker Meadows. Base hit into left. The Tigers walk it off in the Little League Classic in Williamsport. What a night.
Three things. Number one, great call. Number two, I thought it was Kool-Aid McKinstry. It was Zach.
Just Zach.
And number three, so you know when an announcer is like, hey, everybody, and we call it pukey? Is there a word for when an announcer goes, a lot? I don't know. It's not the screen. Zach McKinstry. Growly.
Yeah, growly.
That's what we should call it. He's a very growly announcer.
Puking.
Not
He's
puking.
growling.
He's growling. He's not a puker. He's a growler.
Right.
I do like this. You know, it's unfortunate that we sometimes want to think of baseball as one entity, that baseball is a human, usually in Rob Manfred form, that decides the pitch clocks and the thises and the that's. It is actually true that baseball is made up of a lot of people, including really, really good ones that come up with things like pitch clocks and Players Weekend and Little League Weekend, despite the fact that the ones that actually hold the power couldn't find their you-know-what out of a you-know-what.
Right.
So credit where credit's due. Yes, all whether it's the Little League, the players, the Field of Dreams, the more baseball realizes that they have something the other two sports don't have as much of, and that is romantic history throughout time. Now, also some very bad history too. Let's acknowledge that. But baseball has always been the most romantic of American sports. The more they grasp onto that, and what could be more romantic than the bond between the adults and the kids?
Yeah.
That's the worst sentence I've ever said on the radio. What could be more romantic than the bond between Major League Baseball players and their Little League counterparts? Little League counterparts that sit there and watch and dream of being major leaguers someday. There's nothing more romantic in sports, I think, than kids watching and dreaming of making it someday, and you see that come to fruition a little bit.
Yeah, this is safe. This has been a good idea. Yesterday, watching some of the pregame, I guess, stuff where the Yankees and the Tigers were arriving, and all the little leaguers were outside the stadium, like just waiting for them. They all got off the bus, and just the seats they had. And then the other part that I thought about being cool was kind of a sidebar of it was a really small stadium.
Yep.
That's what's going to happen here.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's not the exact same thing when you're playing every day, but it looked great.
Yeah. No.
It's not when the 50,000 seat stadium was really small and full and people were into it.
I'd rather have a 15,000 seat stadium that is sold out than a 40,000 seat stadium that's cavernous. I fully admit that. Number two, please.
Safe or out? Next year, Giants versus A's will lose most of, if not all of its rivalryness.
Rivalryness is a word. Also a brother of Gilbert. Rivalryness. Arenas.
I thought it was brother of Locke.
Lock.
Lock what?
Lock Arenas?
No.
Loch Ness.
Damn it.
Yeah, I think it will. I mean, unless they would have to face each other in the playoffs.
Right.
I mean, the rivalry will be weird because the biggest rivalry will be Oakland fans versus the Sacramento A's.
Yeah.
And very curious to see how many will be making the trip up on a regular basis. Like, will there be any? I've heard, you see it at least on online. We'll see if that comes to fruition. That there will be a group that are buying season tickets up here just so they can come and protest every single game. They don't want it to be quiet. Also, I don't know if this is true or not, but I did read something over the weekend that, and I don't know what the definition of premium is, but that A's premium seat holders, if they buy season tickets, will also need to buy the same counterpart for the River Cats. It's going to be interesting to see how they divvy all that up. But as far as that rivalry goes, I think the biggest thing that would be close to it being a rivalry is that's going to be the time per year where Giants fans just overrun the place.
Yeah.
It'll be very much like Warriors Kings in a sense, where you'll just see this presence there that isn't necessarily welcomed by the home team.
I don't know. I'm sure they're studying. I know each organization's done studies. What would be your best guess in the Sacramento area of the baseball fan Giants to A's here in our community?
Oh, gosh, probably 70-30 Giants.
Okay. I feel like that's a fair number. So if you've already, of the 30%, if you've already killed a lot of their spirit just on the way the A's have been run, there's going to be a portion that are excited for them coming here. There will be some. But as much of that is like, hey, I get to Giants games once a year. Maybe I didn't go last year. They're here. I'm going to see the Giants.
Yep.
Oh, they're playing the A's. It's
right.
So I think that's going to be the case when they're here. There'll be a lot of Giants fans.
Be a lot of secondary market because you assume that all the season tickets, they'll be sold out. A lot of secondary market prices too. People make a lot of A's fans will make their money off that too. Number 3, please.
Safer out. Being a 20-game winner would be better than being a 50-home run hitter.
Let's think about this over the weekend. What I mean is, like, for you, if you had a choice between you're a major league player and you can win 20 games in a year or you can hit 50 home runs, which do you pick? And for me, and I think this is just a personal preference thing, I'd actually take the 20 games. I'd actually prefer to be a pitcher. But I completely get it all the way around. So like a 50 home run hitter that can be somebody, it's really hard to not be a great pitcher if you win 20 games. And it's hard to not be a great hitter if you hit 50, don't get me wrong, but there can be some holes in your game, I think, a little bit more if you hit 50. Plus, pitchers are just involved all the time when they're involved. Now, granted, they're sitting for 4 days.
Yeah.
But then when they're playing. Whereas you get like 4 times a game to make a mark, and then the rest of the time you're just fielding.
I'd prefer the 50 homers, but this actually could be a really good question someday for Shohei, because he's someone that can actually do this.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah.
And like, hey, which one would you rather have? Now, maybe my guess right now would be he'd rather have the 20-game winner because he hasn't done that yet.
Yeah.
But isn't that amazing that he has that possibility?
He has the possibility of doing both in the same year.
Right. I mean, he's just a marvel. He's having another monster year, and he's not pitching, and he doesn't have to.
It's not.
But once he does again, my gosh.
When are we going? When, if at all? Maybe not when. What's it going to take? For me, Shohei Ohtani is the greatest baseball player to ever play. I'm there, and I understand that there's a difference between overall and cumulative. So, like, for example, Bo Jackson's one of the greatest football players to ever play the game.
Right.
But if you put his numbers up against other
No
people,
one picks him.
they're horrible because he played for 5 minutes, basically. Shohei Ohtani is never going to catch the Bonzes and the Mantles and the Roos and the Mazes. It's never, ever, ever going to happen. But, for example, last year, the year before, has there ever been a baseball player that's had a better year combined than Shohei Ohtani?
I don't know. I don't think so.
And the only comparison is Ruth. And, again, first off, Shohei had better numbers for the most part. Obviously Ruth would have like 19 complete games because back then you'd pitch both games of a doubleheader. But also, I don't think the generations are comparable. Shohei Ohtani is not the greatest hitter of all time. Shohei Ohtani is not the greatest pitcher of all time. But the fact that he's able to be an all-star on both sides, it's never been done. So for me, he's the GOAT. He is the GOAT of, I don't know how you describe it, Jason. What's the difference between a cumulative GOAT, meaning their all-time stats, and just like this guy had a better year than a better couple years than any player ever has?
At 2 positions.
At two positions.
Yeah.
Like nobody has ever reached the level of Shohei Ohtani for a full season, even though it's only been for a couple seasons.
Yeah.
I'm wrapping my head around how to explain that.
I almost wonder if this would be weird, but if we had someone else, there'll probably be some other version of Shohei at some point. But if they were just solid, like, they hit 14 homers and played short. I mean, and then when they pitched, they won 9 games. It's like, that's great.
Right.
But that's nowhere close to what he did or is doing.
No, not at all. It's not.
Because it's all we've seen him do, and I don't think people take it for granted, but it's incredibly difficult what he's doing.
1 minute.
Or what he had done, and I think he'll do again.
So here's the question, I guess. Steroids aside, and I know that's a thing for people, but the 1 year where Barry Bonds got on base more times than he had official at bats, I would venture to say it's the greatest all-around offensive season ever by any player ever. So the question is Barry Bonds more helpful to a team that year than Shohei Ohtani was, say, last year or the year before?
Well, I think where you say yes is because the Giants, if I'm not mistaken, made the postseason that year.
They did.
And so the argument against Shohei is he hasn't been a playoff player.
Yeah, it's like, would you rather have an A+++++ at one position, or would you rather have an A- at two?
Just an A.
Or an A?
Yeah, but I mean, didn't net other wins. Now that was a team thing because now he's on a better team and he's going to be in the postseason. But
our guy Eaton says you underestimate how many A's fans are here. We're 30% might be overestimating. We like, it's not us. We've seen the numbers.
The problem is even if you take 100% of the A's fans, how many are disgruntled?
Right.
Right.
But it's not just like it's not like we went door to door and went, are you an A's fan?
Right.
No, there's like, not only is there a ton of statistics, but also if you went by ratings for both radio and TV, A's broadcast versus Giants broadcast, it would look like 98-2.
Yeah.
A's do not, I don't remember a time where the A's were able to pull numbers.
Yeah.
But anyways, the ones that are here, though, are loud and proud. I will say that. We'll take a break. When we come back, the Niners beat the Saints, but Purdy, quarterback controversy, big time. We'll talk about that next.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
PGA.com Quick 9 asked readers to complete this sentence. Golf means more than a game. To me, it means... At number 9, the banter. People love the good-natured teasing that goes on. Number 8, it's hard to explain, but I don't want to be without it. Number 7, it's an obsession. I eat, drink, and sleep golf. Setting goals is next. At number 5, golf is life. It's a career for some, a passion for most, and a ticket to college for a lucky few. At 4 and 3, a place to relax and an escape. A place to feed my soul and find a peaceful solace. At number 2, a place to learn about ourselves and others. You'll learn more in 4 hours on a golf course than almost anywhere else. Number 1, a few priceless hours to spend with friends and loved ones. Responses included time with my dad, time with my husband or wife, time with my closest friends. It's hard to beat the company you share around with. So what do you think? Why is golf more than just a game to you? Finish this sentence. To me, golf means, I'll let you think about that. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Toyota's national sales event is on now through Labor Day weekend. So grab the keys to a new Toyota and make the most out of these final days of summer. Unlock the one you've been waiting for with Toyota's vast lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs, including hybrids. Don't miss a low lease on the 2024 Corolla, Corolla Cross, RAV4 Hybrid, Tacoma, and even the new all-hybrid 2025 Camry. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit. Ends 9/3/24.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
Hi, welcome to Staples. Hi, my son's teacher emailed his back to school list. He needs crayons and a comp book for every subject.
Okay, no problem. With Staples Hot Deals, you'll find super low prices on hundreds of items for back to school.
Oh, now they're saying he needs folders and glue.
You got it.
And markers?
Of course.
Oh, geez.
Can we get a cart, please?
Save big on back to school with Staples Hot Deals. Right now, 24-pack Crayola crayons and comp books are only 50 cents each at Staples. Ends 8/24, in-store only, limit 10.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome in hour 2, Monday edition of the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Jason's over there checking off boxes. We're going to get into the Niners. Hey, real quick. So I saw another trailer for the Wolverine and Deadpool movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably see it when it comes out on whatever. But, I've seen the first two.
See it before you talk to Nate.
But it was this one particular scene where Hugh Jackman, I forget what he was doing some sort of exercising. It wasn't exercising, but he was like flexing or going, whatever. And his shirt was off, and they want to call it sweat, but I'm pretty sure he was oiled up for the scene, right? And I'm assuming, maybe I'm wrong, it's not CGI, that his body really looks like that at 55 years old. In other words, he's just ridiculous, right?
At that moment, on that day, that is what his body looked like.
Right. Totally understand what you're saying. I get it. But I really started thinking about that too, because Sylvester Stallone was like 70 in Rocky IV or whatever. You see examples like that. It's steroids, right? Like they're taking steroids.
For Sylvester Stallone, it was specifically HGH.
That's it? I mean, we don't know, right?
Well, I'm guessing a bunch of other stuff.
But I'm not trying to this isn't like a shot at
banned from the acting Hall of Fame.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think there's any rules, right? It's probably
you go to a doctor, you say, I want to do this.
Yeah. Like
they give you what you need.
There's got to be a whole underground, right? Where it's like,
I don't even think it's an underground.
Right. Where it's like accepted. Like, look, I don't.
They're training a lot too.
No doubt. No, I'm honest to God. Like, I know I'm not trying to take shots at any of these actors at all. Like, God bless them. Do what you got to do. And by the way, I could be totally wrong. Maybe it's all natural. But I started thinking, like, whether you're the dude who plays Thor or Hugh Jackman or whoever, like, is it just kind of an understood thing? Like, I'll get a little juiced up for this one, because some of those bodies are insane. Like, it's not just somebody in good shape. It's like 12 packs. And yes, I know, eat right.
2% body fat.
Right. Like, I'm not saying you can't get in really good shape or shredded or what. I get it. But like, some of that's ridiculous.
I think I remember a story about Zac Efron. He got his fat percentage like very low for the movie Baywatch. And so like, he got really sick from it.
Oh, really?
Like, it really messed up his body.
Yeah. And I feel like everyone's body does stuff differently. Dana White, the UFC president, did this. It was a 72-hour water cleanse, I think is what it was. And all he did for 3 days was drink water. And then I think he had supplements, but no food. And I don't think I can physically do that because of my blood sugars. Like, I just don't, I don't think I could do that. but I'd like to try. But then also it's like, God, what does that do to you? Says it does a lot of great things.
Yeah.
Like your body sucks off the fat and the whatever and rids your liver.
Probably kills some of the toxins and all that stuff. But yeah, it's a big commitment. 3 days.
No, absolutely. That's on fleek. That's where that came from.
Wow.
Brock Purdy was not.
No, he was not
on fleek over the weekend. We talked earlier about the rope, if you will, that Brock Purdy gets. And I agree with you 100%, Jason, to what you said. He absolutely deserves all the rope.
Yeah. He's the starting quarterback. He's not in trouble.
He's the second most successful quarterback in the NFL since he's been in the NFL. Like, it's Patrick Mahomes, who may end up going down as the greatest ever if he plays long enough and avoids major injury. And then it's Brock Purdy. You know, and I'm willing to, honestly, based on what we were talking about before, I'm willing to stop talking about how much of a great story he is because he got picked last if everybody else is willing to start giving him the slack of a top 10 pick, which they won't do. But again, if Brock Purdy had been picked where Trey Lance was, or hell, been picked where Josh Allen or Josh Rosen was picked, we wouldn't be sitting here having this conversation.
Yeah.
We'd be fitting him for Hall of Fame jackets right now already because the way he started. So it's a little silly to me. When I understand he hasn't looked that great, but and Zebra said something earlier, and I'll admit I've thought about this before. Like we mentioned this last week, Jason. Brock has worked out in the offseason. He's really filling out that. Speaking of, he's really filling that jersey out something. And I somebody else brought it up. It was the first thing I thought of. You know, I remember when De'Aaron Fox bulked up a few years back, and it took him about a third of the year to go, oh, I can't be this muscular. I'm losing some quickness.
Yeah.
I hope that's not the case with. But that's really the only thing I'm worried about. I'm not worried that he spent the offseason and lost his marbles of talent like in Peter Pan. Dude's going to be fine, but I get it. It's football. People worry.
Yeah. Look, it's the 3 series that he played. We saw he wasn't very good at all. I think there are pretty good reasons for it. I would be more concerned, and some people have said he hasn't been dynamite in camp. Like, that would be the part where I go, okay, the regulars are out there for the most part, right? They still don't have Ayuk. They still don't have Trent Williams, but he's passing to Kittle. He's passing to Debo. Some of the starting linemen are out there for practices and scrimmages in that sense. So I'm not as worried about the performance yesterday against the Saints.
Sure.
But the other part would concern me more if they're concerned, and sure doesn't look like the Niners are concerned at all.
No.
I don't think Kyle Shanahan's even remotely worried. His superpower to me still is his decision-making. So, if he's getting better protection and can read a defense quickly, and McCaffrey and Debo and Kittle and those guys are out there, he's going to be good.
That's the other thing. You're missing 3 offensive linemen. You're missing Debo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, and Christian McCaffrey.
Well, it's kind of a big deal.
But I guess maybe I'm subconsciously avoiding saying that because then I want people to be like, see, 20 is a system quarterback. Because
you can't penalize him for what he has.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
And
until they're not there. Like, if there's a time where he's the quarterback and those guys are gone, and he's middle of the pack, then you make that decision.
You're missing. Screw it. It's not worth talking about. But I mean,
if the season started tomorrow, are you worried about Brock Purdy? No. Yeah, me neither.
I'm not. I'm really not.
Not until you need to be. And
that's
I
right.
would. I don't know how many games would have to happen before I would go, uh-oh, maybe there is something here. I'm not there.
I think it's, I don't know. I think it's a combination. I don't think it's just games, obviously. But I think it's games and also the way he looks in those games too, specifically. Like, look, if he plays 3 games and throws 4 picks a game, there's a problem.
Right.
If he plays 7 games and he's below average, but they're sitting at like 2 and 5, in both those cases, there's an issue. But when you look at the schedule, they open at home versus the Jets. That's going to be that's a Monday Night Football game. Let's go Aaron Rodgers all over again. That's going to be a big flipping deal. They go at Minnesota, at Rams, home New England, home Arizona, at Seattle before Kansas City October 20th. Now, look, this won't happen. Excuse me, but Let me see here. They will almost certainly be favored in all 6 of those games. Again, depending on what they do in the leading up, but home against the Jets, they're favored.
Mm-hmm.
In Minnesota, no Kirk Cousins, no J.J. McCarthy, they're favored. Home New England, home Arizona. The only one that gives me pause at all is at Seattle.
Right now, I would say they would be.
I would say they would be too. In fact, honestly, I'm looking at home Kansas City, and I got a really hard time if that was the opening game.
Mm-hmm.
If they're at home versus Kansas City, I think the Niners be favored by like 1, but they say home field advantage, field goal, all that stuff. I don't know, Jason. And again, the way the season goes will dictate it, but just kind of looking at the schedule, home Dallas, at Tampa Bay. Just find me a game you think they would be underdogs in. Home Seattle, at Green Bay, at Buffalo. I mean, that's a pretty interesting triple hitter there. Home Seattle, at Green Bay, at Buffalo in November, December. Home Chicago, home Rams, at Miami, home Detroit, at Arizona. There's some marquee.
The Rams games, maybe. At the Rams, maybe. Detroit, depending. I mean, again.
Yeah, Detroit's coming in here, though.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Detroit's coming in here. Kansas City's coming in here. Dallas is coming in here. They've got Miami, Buffalo, and Green Bay on the road.
Yeah.
It's an interesting schedule for them this year, honestly. I mean, you look at it and there's some really KC, Seattle twice, Green Bay, Buffalo, Miami, Detroit. That's some pretty marquee matchups, but then the rest of the schedule is kind of crap.
Mm-hmm.
No, we'll see. If they win a lot more than they lose, Jason, they're going to win the NFC West. That's my prediction. When we come back, 3 for Madness. Caitlin Clark on fire, and also are going to be a choice on other things to be good in sports. We'll do that right after this.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
What other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, it sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Well, sad news during the break we learned about. There's been 2 recurring characters that we would always talk about, like, hey, they're still with us. That's awesome. Bob Newhart, who passed, about 2 months ago? Maybe 3 months?
Maybe less than that. But either way, yeah.
Yeah, and they announced this morning that Phil Donahue passed away after a long illness. I think he was 84?
88.
88. So he didn't get cheated or nothing, don't get me wrong, but Phil Donahue, really the godfather of the modern talk show. Like, Phil was, whether it's Oprah, Geraldo, doesn't matter. It was Phil Donahue for the longest time. You were just watching a clip of 2 Live Crew going on. You'll see that clip rolling around. The 2 Live Crew doing the song Funk Shop on Phil Donahue's show, and the audience reactions really, really make it.
Stunned at what they were watching.
So I know they didn't come together closely, but Phil Donahue, Bob Newhart, and then what? Dr. Ruth, probably?
Yeah.
That is 3 70s, 80s icons.
Right.
That are no longer with us. You know what, Jason? They say it is inevitable. Everyone is going to die.
They do say that.
And in the meantime, we are all just slowly decomposing. Hey, 3 for Matt.
Not me.
Not you. That's because you take collagen peptides. Something I read the other day. It said it slows aging. Whatever. Question 1, please.
Can anyone explain why there's still some sort of controversy regarding Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese for Rookie of the Year?
I can't. The closest I can come up with is people hit their head, or there's just some other non-basketball thing. And I'm not naive. I know there are some non-basketball things, but look, I think that the point is you can have this conversation without disrespecting Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark if you're arguing the other side. Like, it's okay to say, wow, these are both 2 wonderful additions. Wonderful additions. But, Jason, I'm just looking at the numbers. First off, the number I don't think should matter. Clark's beating her head-to-head, 2-1. Yeah, I don't care. In every single major stat.
Except rebounds.
Except rebounds. And to be fair, Clark has less than half of Reese's rebounds, 12.3 to 5.8.
5.8 is pretty good rebounds for guard.
Well, especially when you look at 8.3 assists to 1.7. They're tied in steals per game at 1.4. And then it's just not particularly close across the board. It's insane.
You know what stat on that list right there that's actually stunning to me when I didn't see this? I can't even believe field goal percentage is close.
For real, considering where she shoots from.
And Clark is ahead, and 41 is...
But when you look
at Reese is what?
Yeah, Reese is 39.8%, and she's a post player.
Yeah, and again, now I'm not trying to knock her, but there's been some critiques of like miss, rebound, miss, or put back, score. It's like, well,
she has 5.3 offensive rebounds a game, Jason. There's a
lot
little bit of that.
Yeah. But she's also had a great year.
She has had a
it's
wonderful,
not the same.
Absolutely. She would probably be Rookie of the Year damn near every other year. But Caitlin Clark is a generational player, and we'll get into that a little bit more later. The whole conversation just needs to go away. With respect to Angel Reese, there's only, I mean, it won't be unanimous, but it's damn near going to be unanimous. Number 2, please.
Question 2.
Speaking of Clark, some of the business numbers coming out are off the charts. Is she the biggest bargain in sports?
Let me find this for you, Jason. So, the Indiana Fever released mid-season growth numbers. They have sold out of 100% of their season ticket inventory. Their total attendance is up a paltry 264% from last year. 186,000 fans have attended a Fever home game. 230,000 have attended a Fever road game. Jersey sales, up 1,193%. Team store transactions up 700%. Hot dog sales are up 300%. Beer sales up 740%. They've added 1.3 million followers on social media since April 15th, and they have more social media views than any other WNBA, Major League Baseball, or NHL team over the last 4 months. That's pretty impressive. Would it be even more impressive if I told you also more than any NBA or NFL team? 38 games on national TV. They've set records for the most viewed WNBA games on ABC, ION, ESPN, and NBA TV. 225% increase in partnerships. Caitlin Clark is, and it's just not close, the biggest bargain in sports.
Yeah.
She is a game changer. She is a league changer. She has arguably increased the status of her league more than any player has ever increased the status of their league. Give me somebody there, even Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. It's okay to be that crazy about what she's doing because that's what she's doing. And that's no disrespect to the other players. And that's no disrespect for those who laid the foundation. And that's no disrespect to all the old heads who are like, we were here for, yeah, great. You were. And God bless you. But you weren't Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Right place, right time. I don't know. Who cares?
And sometimes you can't explain phenomenons like this, right? She's a terrific player. There have been other terrific players that have come out. There are players that are better than her in the WNBA right now. Why it just landed perfectly for her from her college to the pros to, I don't know. It just has. And it's one of those things that if I'm Indiana, I sure hope they're paying their employees well now. I'm not saying they were paying them poorly, but like, that's where you hope.
Right.
Look, business is good. Let's take care of our people.
That's exactly right. Because you talk about lottery picks.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate lottery pick.
Absolutely.
I mean, honestly, it's actually a great question for later. Caitlin Clark or Victor Wembanyama? Because
Clark's had a bigger impact.
Percentage-wise, she
now
won.
Wembanyama may be a train over time. Who
Sure,
knows?
sure.
I mean,
she's a unicorn, dude. Number 3, please.
Question 3.
You have 10 years of training with the absolute best to master one of the following. Which do you choose? Chess, poker, pool, or darts?
Yeah. Think about this because I was watching the Queen's Gambit again. And have you seen it?
Dork.
No.
Have you seen it?
I saw the first few episodes.
And why did you stop watching?
not interesting.
No, it was fine.
That was great. It's really good. You should watch it.
Why? Give me a reason to watch it. Sell me on it.
An orphaned, socially inept girl with I don't know if they really portray it as a form of autism, but there's definitely winks and nods to a mental difference, if you will. Gets adopted. The husband shortly thereafter leaves for another woman. And in between school and trying to deal with her adoptive mother's alcoholism and emotional issues, she saves up to buy chess set, book, this, that, whatever, as a female in, what is it, the 50s, 40s, 60s, something old, where, girls need to be in the kitchen, that type of place, and just begins to set off on becoming a world-class grandmaster chess champion, going to Russia, taking on the best of the best of the best. It's like a sports movie, but with chess. I like the montages and stuff are there, but anyways, just saying, I enjoyed it.
Did that work for you, Jason?
No.
Wow. You hate women. Okay, Jason Ross. Doesn't think women should be in chess. I don't think I could ever be good at darts. I'm
10 years.
I'm okay at, I can play darts, but when I say good, I mean good. Same thing with pool. I'm good at pool. I'm decent enough at pool, but professionally, chess I used to play when I was a little kid, but I'm starting from scratch there. I mean, I know what the horse does and stuff like that. I know what the moves are in the knight. I know the bishop goes diagonal and all that, but just the whole that's the Fibonacci open. I want to say it'd be poker, but I also don't want to sound like I'm underestimating how hard it is to be good at poker either. But I think 10 years of working with Daniel Negreanu or whoever.
Ugh. That would keep me from it.
What's wrong with Daniel? Never mind. I don't know. Well, whoever. I think it'd be poker.
Interesting. I didn't think you'd say that.
What did you think I'd say?
I just didn't think you'd say that.
Poker?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because my rationale would be right now, if I ranked what I think I'm best to worst at.
Oh, okay.
I would say the worst of those four would be chess for me. Right.
Yep. Same here.
Day.
Same
and
here.
Probably pool, darts, and then poker. I would say the best. Again, not great.
I think I'm the exact same.
But that's so kind of in that theory, I would probably want to work at chess.
Oh.
I think it's thinking and strategy and keeps your mind sharp. So I'd probably go for that.
Except all the best chess players go insane at some point.
Well, I'm on my way. So I think I would pick chess.
My daughter says, which by the way, I got to be aware now. Hey, it's 7:24. Why are they in the car? I need to get the times right. Now that they're back in school as of last week, I need to know when the danger zone is. Avery says, Anya Taylor-Joy is the most beautiful person on earth, and that's why you should watch it. That's what she said.
Anya Taylor-Joy?
Yeah. Which I think she just played Mad Max, or not Mad Max, but she was.
Furiosa.
Yeah. She was in that.
She was also in The Menu.
She's a, do you remember that movie Amelie? Amelie?
No.
Okay. She's a weird looking girl. And let me be clear on that. You know, some people, there's like different levels of beauty. There's like natural beauty. Then there's like, so like Benedict Cumberbatch would be, I think, like the male equivalent. Like he's a good looking dude, but he's also kind of weird looking. Like there's the natural classic beauty, right? Like Charlize Theron or Chris Hemsworth. And then there's like, wow, I know there's a different term than weird that people use. But like, you're like, wow, there's just something about that person. And she is incredibly attractive, but also you're like, oh, there's something strange about her. Like the same way with Benedict Cumberbatch. But her acting is just off the frickin' charts. Jason, you should watch it.
She's also in Split.
I don't know what Split is.
She's also in Glass.
Yeah. These are M. Night Shyamalan movies, right?
Yes. Is he only doing like one word movies now? Split.
Didn't he just have one come out? Was it
Trap?
What's the one where all the kids aged on the beach? Old. Seriously?
Yeah.
Signs.
Is he doing this for real?
Unbreakable.
Dude, has there been remember how we were talking about Brock Purdy and how much rope should he have?
The Happening.
Holy crap. Is M. Night Shyamalan? Has he had the most rope of anyone ever?
The Visit.
Like, how many turds has he made? Do they make money?
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Oh, Trap definitely is.
A trap.
It's a trap. Because, like, I don't remember the last time I feel like the last movie he made that I enjoyed was The Village, and a lot of people didn't like The Village.
Oh, there's another one word.
No, it's two words.
No, you don't count the the.
You don't count the. The Sixth Sense. I don't know. He's had a lot of he's had Trap, Knock at the Cabin, Old Glass, Split. And then but look, like he had
Unbreakable's good, Signs is good.
Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, Signs. I like The Village. I thought it was cool. It was fine.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best. You could tell there was a
I wasn't quite sure what was going on then. I'm like, got it.
Yeah, he had the little twist at the end, but you could tell there were some arm issues there.
Yeah.
In throwing. But then Lady in the Water with Pig Vomit from Howard Stern, Private Parts, who's done far many more things now. I should give him more respect. That's where you're like, okay. And then wasn't The Happening the one with all the bugs and stuff and Marky Mark?
Marky Mark is in it, but it's wind and trees.
Or wind. Okay. Speaking of wind, The Last Airbender, After Earth, The Visit, Split Glass.
The Visit is incredible.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
The Visit is incredible.
I think that was kind of how he made his return. I think he financed it himself and he like rented a house and they did all the filming there.
It grossed $98.5 million worldwide against a $5 million budget.
Well done.
Well done. That's after After Earth made $244 million against a budget of $130. Maybe M. Night Shyamalan's not as bad as we thought. We'll take a break. And isn't Glass part of the Unbreakable thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we said
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
$247 million worldwide against a $20 million production budget. So in closing, number one, you're choosing chess. I'm choosing poker. Number two, M. Night Shyamalan, not as unsuccessful as maybe some of us thought.
Yeah.
But I would like for him to make a good movie again. Chris says The Visit is one.
Is Trap good, Chris?
I think the trailer ruined Trap for me.
Isn't the Key and Peele guy now basically taking the mantle from M. Night Shyamalan as like the best that kind of movie filmmaker? Jordan Peele. Isn't he like M. Night Shyamalan now, but better?
I don't know what that means.
I feel like, okay, so like M. Night Shyamalan kind of cornered the market, I feel like, in non-gory, non-bloody, pure psychological horror that like kept you up at night. And I feel like Jordan Peele has taken that mantle and is like, I'm the guy now with that. Because his stuff isn't necessarily like crazy, bloody, gory, but it's like, oh my God, I'm freaked out the whole movie. Much like M. Night Shyamalan.
I mean, they had a monkey destroy a set and killed a bunch of people.
What movie was that?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I should probably say no. I saw the other one, the first one he did, then the second one he did.
Get Out and Us.
Yeah, those were.
Get Out, where he takes the guy's brain out of his head.
Yeah, but that was in a nice medical way. We'll take a break when we come back.
The nicest of ways.
The Raiders have announced a starter. Let's talk about what that means for him. Here you go, Raider fan. Raider Talk next.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out sacktownsports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on sacktownsports.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm meteorologist Kelly Kern in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. We are expecting mainly clear skies across the area this morning, with temperatures starting out around 60 degrees and highs this afternoon in the upper 80s to low 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA app.
Coach Doug Christie here to remind you, if you're in the market for a new car, shop Folsom Lake Kia. Low interest rates, low payments, and zero down deals with approval of credit. Folsom Lake Kia, over 25 years, right here in Folsom.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a small Frosty for $1. And literally everyone is going. The car behind you, going to get a $1 Frosty. The car ahead of you, already had one, going for a second. The person who cut you off earlier, you guessed it, $1 Frosty. Maybe it's all a sign for you to go get one. Just don't cut anyone off. No one likes that person. The iconic Frosty for $1, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Not valid in a combo. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, California, and via third-party delivery.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. J.D. Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Limited time. For J.D. Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Sacramento, Dirks Bentley's coming to town.
What was I thinking? I'm getting drunk all the
Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends. Farmerly, Tyler Rich, Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by RVs of Sacramento and Hoblit Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Center.
The feet have a really big impact on how the rest of the body moves. The knees, the hips, the lower back especially. If the foot isn't properly aligned, all of these joints are going to function incorrectly. That results in a lot of muscle tension and chronic pain. What I really like about the Good Feet system is that the right arch supports can put the foot in its proper alignment. So all the joints up the rest of the body will be aligned properly as well. And when the body's aligned, we can reduce the risk of injury and chronic pain.
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free
for live on a Monday. It's so good to be with y'all. And if you wish, go to YouTube. If you're not there already, hit the like. So MC won't, because MC will come after you.
Yeah, he will.
He is the captain of likes, general likes.
I like the likes.
I like the likes too.
Yeah,
I do. Say hello. And also, if you want to text us, you can, 916-339-1140. And if you want to call us, 1-800-912-1140. 4 years ago today, Jason Ross.
I made a comment earlier tonight that I guess went out over the air that I am deeply ashamed of. If I have hurt anyone out there, I can't tell you how much I say from the bottom of my heart. I'm so very, very sorry. I pride myself and think of myself as a man of faith. As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be a home run. And so that'll make it a 4-0 ball game. I don't know if I'm going to be putting on this headset again.
That was okay. Really unfortunate situation, obviously. And we don't need to get in what that was Tom Brennan, who subsequently was let go. Recently did college football, I believe it was just a couple weekends ago.
College football.
I thought, wasn't it? Didn't Tom Brennan just call a game?
Well, I don't think college football started.
Or no, you're right. What was it? Baseball?
I don't know.
I know he's been doing high school football.
I thought it was he was on the CW, so he's kind of back. What the hell is he
kind of back?
He's been hired to. Okay, that's
he's
why
hired to do college.
He's been hired to do play-by-play for college football and basketball on the CW, and will begin August 31st.
Gotcha.
So there you go. So that was announced a couple weeks ago. That's why it was in my head.
Got it.
But just the whole, how much is that? I've often spent time wondering about the least likely thing,
right.
the least important thing out of all of that. Is anything different if Castellanos doesn't hit that home run? Like, how much did Castellanos hitting that home run, if at all, affect anything? Was he out longer? Was he out shorter? Was it just simply we got a meme out of it?
Yeah.
Because that's the ultimate.
Because baseball generally has so much time to fill.
Right.
And the one time he's saying something true to, or he's trying to make his point, there's a home run. It could have been a foul ball, could have been a walk, whatever, but it didn't happen that way.
4 years ago today, the Raiders, thank you, Chris, announced Gardner Minshew as their starter. Little surprise. I was a little surprised. I honestly thought the way Aiden O'Connell finished last year, it seemed like he had kind of a connection with Antonio Pierce, that it would be his. Not that he's this overwhelmingly awesome guy, but had some moments, looked pretty decent, let him do a couple big wins. But neither really looked great in the preseason. O'Connell didn't look bad, but he had that pick six. Minshew has not started a week one since 2020 when he started for the Jaguars. I think that was the last year prior to Trevor Lawrence. So here we go. I have a lot of fun with Raider fan on our chat, but I'm being serious now. I think the world is better when the Raiders do well. I just one of those teams where I just think it's better when they're good. I think the NFL is better when they're good. Like the Bears. There's 10-pole teams. I think they're better. I hope I'm wrong. I don't see it with this club, dude.
Yeah.
I really don't see where the optimism is. You lost Josh Jacobs. Okay. Maybe Zamir White is just going to step right. I don't know. Quarterback's the most important position in sports, and you're going with Gardner Minshew. No offense, but Gardner Minshew. You got Devontae Adams, who's arguably the best receiver in the game. If not, he's certainly on the Mount Rushmore. That's great. You got Max Crosby. You have the makings of maybe a decent defense. But especially in that division and in that conference.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got like in any with any team. You have your crazed diehards that are like, we're winning it all.
Yeah.
And then you have the just crazed ones that are like, oh, we're going to every 50-50 you're putting on the side of your team. But I gotta think if I'm a Raider fan, like I'm a Kings fan, I'm just trying to be realistic. Look at it, 7 wins.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of, let's go like pie in the sky, optimistic, super, everything works out well. What does that look like for the Raiders? What is that ceiling? Because, I mean, your point on the AFC, their division, the AFC in general, quarterback is the most important position. And I go to the AFC and you start listing them and you go Josh Allen, Mahomes, Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Tua, like just Herbert. You just keep going down the line. Rodgers, you're like, it doesn't matter if it's O'Connell or Minshew. Like, they're just further down, and I think their defense might be okay, might actually be top 15. Offense, I'm a little concerned about. You're certainly concerned about the quarterback position. And I just feel like I don't want to say it's a wasted year. That's not fair because the year hasn't even happened.
But that is what it feels like we're coming upon as a wasted year.
Because we're waiting for the QB. And
right.
I don't think it's either of these two. I actually agree with the decision. I think Minshew maybe gives them the best chance, but I don't even know what that means.
And Pierce said, we want a fast start.
Yeah.
And he gives us a better chance. Okay.
He's played a little more experienced. And if it gets him off to the fast start, you never know. You never know what can happen. Build confidence and all of a sudden. But I can't picture a world where at the end of this year, you and I are both saying, you know what? They made either the right decision on Minshew or a good thing they got to O'Connell because they found their quarterback of the future. I think the quarterback of the future is not on this team.
I agree, which is, again, why. And we're not even getting to the fact that you have a completely inexperienced coach now the whole year. I root for Antonio Pierce. I love the way he looked last year, but over the course of a full season, remember, he was taking it for Josh McDaniels, who was horrific. And then you bring over Luke Getsy. That's your answer for offense is Luke, the Bears offensive coordinator is who you brought in. So you brought in the Bears offensive coordinator with really still a rookie head coach, and you're throwing him in with the journeyman and Gardner Minshew and going, you know what? I think we got something here.
Right.
I'm counting maybe 4 teams in the AFC, probably 3 with worse quarterbacks with worse quarterback situations than the Raiders. I don't think there's any more than 4. Patriots, Steelers.
I wouldn't even know if there's worse.
I don't either. I'm trying.
I wouldn't say theirs is worse.
Okay, Titans.
Okay,
that's it. Broncos.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, whatever. They're in that field. They're in that range. That's their group.
It's gonna be a long season, but hey, stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe Minshew has this. He's 28. Maybe he has this career renaissance. Minshew to Devontae Adams is a thing. They're double tight ends, or
like the reference point people are going to say, like, can you have Baker Mayfield's year of last year? Right?
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for. I don't think that happens.
I don't either. But I guess the good side is they won 8 games last year, and that was with Josh McDaniels coaching.
Yeah.
Quite a few of them.
True.
So we will see. We'll take a break. When we return, what Caitlin Clark is doing. Also, Hideki Matsuyama won the St. Jude Classic. And this is just this whole thing was crazy going back to last week and continued to get crazy. It's not just my opinion. It's everyone's opinion who watched this thing, whether you listen to me or you get a second opinion, much like my friends at American Energy. Will help you if you're looking to replace your HVAC system. Hi, Carmichael Dave here. There's a lot going on with my friends in American Energy Heating and Air, not the least of which is them inviting you. Obviously, if you want to use them from the jump, that's the best decision. Don't screw around with stuff like that. But if you have, unfortunately, whether somebody, told you something or you have the old magnet on your fridge or whatever, if they talk to you and you're getting work done from someone else, let American Energy Heating and Air come out to your house and give you a second opinion, okay? Let them give you a second opinion, and I'll just bet you they're going to beat that first bid. You're going to save money. And this is a company that's been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ Better Business Bureau. Phenomenal customer service. Go on Yelp. Go on Google. Don't take my word for it. Call 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Your AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy. Making the uncomfortable comfortable. We'll take a break. When we come back, Caitlin Clark, golf, and so much more next.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown. CMC.
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
Welcome to the Tap House Restaurant at Bartley Kavanaugh Golf Course. With an array of local craft brews from a selection of 20 taps, the Tap House menu boasts freshly made sandwiches, crisp salads, and a variety of specialty entrees. The Tap House is the perfect place for a round after your round at Bartley Kavanaugh Golf Course, especially during happy hour from 3 to 6 daily. Drop by the Tap House Restaurant for scenic views, exquisite food, and a hearty welcome. The Tap House at Bartley Kavanaugh Golf Course.
Labor Day savings now at Maida Chevy with $12,000 off MSRP on every new Silverado half-ton Turbo Max in stock after rebates.
$12,000 off every Silverado LT Turbo Max at Maida Chevy with at least 5 at this price.
Labor Day savings up to $12,000 off MSRP exclusively at Maida Chevy at MaidaChevy.com. Sacramento Silverado headquarters. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing, lease, and some other offers. Must trade in 2010 model year or newer. Ends 9/3/24.
Made a great deal at Maida.
Experience a golf tournament as refined as you are. The Pro Court Championship at Silverado Resort, September 12th through the 15th. Be there as the best of Napa meets the best of the PGA Tour. With world-class wine experiences, breathtaking views, and incredible golf. It's like this weekend was made for you. The Pro Court Championship, September 12th through the 15th. For tickets, go to ProCourtChampionship.com.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Not that I thought Chris was lying, but just
Why would I ever do that?
right, backing him up. Yeah, there's absolutely no cups in this entire building. So I had to find a glass of water, wash it out. I mean, I don't hate it, but that's just weird. How do we not have cups? Chris, you're in management.
I think someone forgot to order them.
Wow. Isn't that kind of your purview?
Nope.
No.
You think I'm the assistant PD for the entire building?
I think that your employees here at Sacktown Sports need to be hydrated. And when they're not, because there's no cups, I think it's your job to fight for them.
Jason, are you hydrated?
I am. I'm doing just fine.
Yeah, he had to bring his own thingy. Dingy.
Yeah. Look at us.
That's all right. Let's just do Jason stuff all day. I don't know why, and I think it's a syllabic thing, but I keep wanting to say Victor Matsuyama. Because Victor Wembanyama. That's the only thing I can think of.
Got it.
Hideki Matsuyama won the St. Jude. Now, you may recall last week, we talked about this poor guy got his He and his caddy wallet, passport, all this stuff stolen. He had to pick up another caddy because this is the playoffs. So that was already weird.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then he completely collapsed. He had gone 27 holes without a bogey, and he had a 5-shot lead. And then on the verge of a collapse, he rolled in a 25-foot birdie on the 17th to regain the lead, and then hit 2 of the most precise shots you could for one last birdie. And those 2 holes he birdied were amongst the toughest on the entire course. So he ends up with an even par 70 and a 2-shot victory over Xander Schauffele and last year's champion, Victor Hovland. But he had a 3-putt bogey on the 12th, hit a tee shot into the water on the 14th, where he escaped with a bogey. He took 2 chips to reach the 15th and a double bogey. That's 4 over in 4 holes. Yeah. And then comes back on 17 and 18. But here's the thing. It wasn't even the most tense round in his grouping.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Dunlap, who went from a chance to win the tournament to needing his best drive of the week just to stay in the top 50 and extend his season. He closed with a par for a 69 to tie for 5th and move on. Tom Kim was in the top 50. And then he finished with the mark of the devil, 666, that ended his season. Golf is crazy, dude. And I do not understand the pressure. By the way, Tom Kim, did you see what he did?
I did not.
He missed a putt. And he kind of slammed his putter. Took a little chunk of Rooney out of the green.
Uh-oh.
Can't do that.
Nope. That's frowned upon.
Can't do that. Matsuyama wins $3.6 million coming off his bronze medal. Goes from number 8 to number 3. And Dunlap and Eric Cole move into the top 50. Falling out, Tom Kim, Mackenzie Hughes, and Jake Knapp. That's a heartbreaker. You do all this crazy stuff all week long, and then 1 or 2 holes just completely unravel.
That's it. That's golf in a nutshell, right? Basically.
And I mean, new caddy, his stuff got stolen. He's coming off the Olympics. That might be the most impressive thing we've seen in sports this week, as weird as that is. But hey, also, Little League World Series is underway. I know we talked about this a tiny bit. How much, if at all, are you watching Little League World Series?
Basically when it's on in here. Not at home.
What about like
I saw actually a few moments yesterday because it was before the Yankees-Tigers game.
Nice to see some of those Yankees get to see what players that actually get to the World Series look like.
God, how do you roll with that?
I didn't hear anything.
Oh,
yeah, that was just for you, Dave.
Jeez, that's just mean, dude. Out of nowhere.
I even watched his team play yesterday.
You did?
I did.
The Manchester Cities
versus Chelsea.
Yeah, nice little 2-0 win?
Yes, sir.
I watched some of that, Chris. I was going to tell you about that, but
you just did.
Nah, I was going to expand on it.
You know, the coach for Manchester City said their striker Erling Haaland is every bit as on pace as Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. Pep Guardiola. I do like watching Erling Haaland because he is just such a goal hound. He doesn't do anything else, and he doesn't look like he should do what he does. He's just a big old tall ponytailed dude. But then ball shows up, and oh, by the way, a nice tidy 2-1 win for Huddersfield Town over Stevenage on Saturday. Thank you very much.
I saw
Stevenage.
What do you want? It's Stevenage.
I saw your work. Your
yes,
of the video.
Yes. That we had
boy.
We had that planned. That's I could talk about it now. That's why I went down. That's why I had the picture with Sir Patrick was going down there. I couldn't talk about specifically what I was doing, but yeah, I went down there, got his voice work, and then it's been a while because I haven't done anything like that over there. And so we had him. Maybe I'll play that later. We had him do the intro video before the players come out, and then we had not fireworks, but it was like flames flaming high, creating a column as the players came out to the Beastie Boys as Sabotage. It was really my first crack at redoing the opening, all the opening stuff, and they have not lost at all since we changed everything up. So they're at the like we like to say, Jason, top of the table, if you will. Technically, they're like a goal behind whoever the hell is in first. I forget. You know, they're 2-0.
Yeah,
3-0 in all competitions, Jason. If you count the Carabao Cup, which I know that
care about.
Yeah, that you care about the Carabao Cup, which I know is a little too good for the Manchester Cities of the world. See, anybody can be like a Manchester City fan. I mean, that's come on.
They won the Carabao Cup 3 years in a row.
No, but they did. Stockport County is in number one. It's Huddersfield Town that are 2-0. Only two other teams: Crawley Town and Charlton Athletic. Even Wrexham drew over the weekend. We got Wrexham twice this year, and I've been watching that doc.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with the whole Ryan Reynolds thing. Oh, they're so great.
I'm looking forward to Petersborough versus Stevenage.
Well, that's the two teams we beat. We beat Petersborough on the road, and then we beat Stevenage on Saturday. Later on, we'll be taking on teams like Leyton Orient,
Franktown,
Mansfield Town, Burton Albion,
Joseph Chester.
There's a team in one of the leagues below us called Dorking.
Dork.
Dorking. They have some interesting names. Anyways, we'll take a break. When we come back, the Niners win. Brock Purdy struggles. Do we have a quarterback situation? No. It's the more professional half of the program, and it starts next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, the future has been on display down in Stockton, the A's affiliate in the California League. Beginning on the 10th of August, the top 4 hitters taken by the A's in this year's draft have been in the lineup. Nick Kurtz, Tommy White, Joshua Kuroda-Grauer, and Rodney Green, the outfielder from Cal. In that game, those guys combined for 10 hits, and Kurtz hit a home run.
Want to save on some of the biggest names in streaming on the network made for streaming? Now through September 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for 12 months with a 1-year contract. And for just $15 a month, add the new Stream Saver that includes Peacock, Apple TV Plus, and Netflix for just $35 a month. Switch at Xfinity.com today. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Equipment taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular internet rates apply. Currently $54 a month. Actual speeds vary. Stream Saver requires Xfinity internet or TV and price subject to change.
As a mom, I'd do anything to keep my child out of physical pain.
Dr. Pamela Maida is a board-certified orthopedic surgeon.
As a doctor, I know that growth spurts can cause pain in my child's feet, and that can affect their legs and back too.
Good Feet Youth Arch supports are designed to alleviate, even eliminate common pain.
Investing in youth arch supports for your child or teen is one of the best decisions you can make.
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk.
Sacramento, Dirks Bentley's coming to town. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends. Parmalee, Tyler Rich, Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by RVs of Sacramento and Hoblet Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Center.
Sacramento Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. They believe it's all about people and choices. Their goal is to find the car that fits your lifestyle. With their huge inventory of models, they've got the right car and, more importantly, at the right price every time. Experience for yourself why their customers drive away smiling. Discover the difference, because it's not just about the car, it's also about the people. Experience the Sacramento Dodge Jeep and Chrysler difference off Business 80 next to Hagen Oaks, or you can find them online, SacSuperstore.com.
Whitey here, reminding you that not all gas grills are created equal. Bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meats with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro with features other grills cannot match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and a lifetime warranty. I may never want to cook indoors again. Napoleon grills and accessories are now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento, and now El Dorado.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Take it on the local level.
Live and local, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Hour 3 of 4. So happy to have you with us. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, and all of you. Somebody said to this day, as a grown man, I can't watch the movie Signs. We were talking about that earlier.
Out of fear?
Signs was creepy, but
no, there were parts that were like, whoa.
There was like 2 jump scares. There was when the
party.
Yes.
Party.
The kids' party.
Where it like walked in front of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was that. And then like the end scene where Swing Away Meryl happened. It was just mostly creepy. Like the flashbacks of him talking to his wife when she was up against the tree.
Pretty stupid aliens too.
Yeah, invade a world that's 90% water.
Invade the world that is going to kill you.
Yeah, that's
just dumb aliens.
That's great. I think every day in the chat, AB mentions that he can't wait to see me in a Jamarcus Russell jersey for a week.
What's the bet?
I think they have to win. Is it 8 or I think we have it written somewhere. Is it 8 or 9 games? And then I have to wear I guess it's a Jamarcus Russell jersey. And then I got to write it down. I got to put it up here. And then if they don't, then there's like 3 or 4 of them. The sad thing is when I win the bet, I'm not even going to remember what it was. I don't think I've mentioned once in there, by the way. One thing they haven't seen is me being like, I can't wait to see you guys. I think they have to call up and read. I know it involves the births in here reading like a paragraph I write for them to read. And then they all have to change, I think, their avatars to Niner avatars. I don't know. I kind of got bullied into that. I don't like the sad thing is I don't want to wear a Jamarcus Russell jersey. Don't get me wrong, but also even winning.
Yeah, you didn't care if you win.
I don't. Yeah. I think I care if I win more
than the payoff.
Yeah. Like, I just don't want to do the payoff.
Right.
But it's not about the winning. What I should have said is like, all right, guys, check it out. Here's what I should have said. I'll wear the Jamarcus Russell jersey. But if I win, I'd rather have this than have them just like you guys can't say anything nice about the Raiders until the next time they finish over 500. Like none of this Raiders crap, none of it. You can't talk anything positive about the Raiders until they finish above 500. That would have actually been a really good. I would be willing to adjust that right now. I know they wouldn't.
I bet you would.
The Niners, on the other hand, they'll most likely win 8 or more games. But Brock Purdy has not looked great in camp, and he struggled, and the Niners struggled.
Yeah.
But again, how much of this is just media dumb hype because there's content needed? How much of it is legit?
Yeah.
3 offensive linemen missing and none of his peeps.
Well, and what's interesting is Kyle Shannon's already come out and said he's playing Friday, Purdy, and probably a few more starters, which, now you're getting into, this is where you talk about organizational philosophy. Like, I think it's the Rams that were the first that I remember that did, like, they just don't play anybody.
Right.
They just commit to that. And now more and more teams are committing to that. So, to see Purdy play 3 series yesterday was a little surprising. Wasn't very good.
I didn't like the decision.
Yeah, especially without, like, of all things. I mean, Purdy, look, if we go back to week, what is it now, 18, last year, the final week, he sat Purdy, he sat McCaffrey because they had it locked up. And you just go, that's kind of what he thinks about Purdy. They need him safe for the postseason.
That's right.
So why did he need those reps yesterday? He got hit a couple times.
He did get hit a couple times, and they weren't great.
Right.
And I think every Niner fan got a little pucker down under when that was happening.
And so you want to do that again on Friday against the Raiders?
No.
And, even if it's 1 series, 2, 3, whatever it is, a half, quarter, even with more weapons, I know that can happen at any time in any practice, but why increase the odds? I don't personally think he needs the reps, but
either.
Maybe Kyle Shanahan does, but that's, again, back to an organizational philosophy.
I have a real, I know that's not how we're supposed to do our jobs, but when you have a coach that's as successful as Kyle Shanahan, I have a real hard time sitting here criticizing him for pretty much anything, unless it's overtly stupid.
Yeah.
I really don't understand why you played Brock Purdy. I don't understand why you're going to play. And honestly, Jason, of all the only thing I'm not worried about Brock Purdy. I'm nowhere near worried about Brock Purdy. I'm not in the zip code of worrying about Brock Purdy. But if you said to me, is there anything about Brock Purdy this preseason that does give you pause? Probably the one thing that does is the fact that Kyle Shanahan felt the need to play him.
Yeah. So why?
That's right.
Yeah.
So then do I go, well, wait, did they change something up here? Because, by the way, they're also not afraid. They're going to do whatever is best for the team regardless, and it doesn't matter who you are or what you do or what your history is. So the only conspiratorial thing in the back of my head here is, God, is he looking that bad that the coaches were all sitting around in the video room looking at him going, guys, we need to get him some reps out there because he ain't looking good.
Yeah. And then what did yesterday do for that? Didn't help that.
I don't know. It was a shot across the bow, maybe. Yeah. Like the two things that worry me about Brock Purdy have absolutely nothing to do with his play. It's the fact that Kyle Shanahan played him and the fact that he's bulked up. That's it. Because he's not going to forget how to make reads.
Right.
He's not going to forget how to throw the ball. None of that's an issue. You don't just go, oh, yeah, I forgot. It's not like he just got a giant payday, so he went and spent a bunch of money on stupid things and, cut a couple albums and bought a yacht. Although he doesn't seem like the type of dude to do that anyways. And even if he did, who cares?
Right.
But when you throw out let's be honest, Brock Purdy is their franchise quarterback. And you throw him out there against a beyond patchwork offensive line. When Trent Williams here's my rule. Brock Purdy should never be on the field unless there's an injury, he should never be on the field without Trent Williams.
Yeah.
Never. Doesn't matter. Regular season, postseason, preseason.
Just link them together.
Just link them. Yeah, exactly. Duct tape the two of those.
Yeah. Williams is out. Purdy's out.
Purdy's out.
Yeah.
And again, if Williams is hurt, if Purdy's hurt, I get it. But barring an injury, preventing that from happening.
Yeah.
So now, as you said, Kyle Shanahan's going to line them up against the Raiders. And I don't like that either. And again, this is going to sound like a crack on the Raiders. It really isn't. But especially when you're playing low-level teams. And the Raiders are a low-level team right now, at least in the preseason. You got a lot of guys. Every team has a lot of guys trying to make it. But you got a lot of guys fighting not just to make the roster, but a lot of guys fighting for starting positions as well. They're trying to prove something. And if you think that a guy like Brock Purdy doesn't have a big, fat bonus necklace around his neck, you're tripping, man. If you're the guy that's able to knock Brock Purdy out of the game or sack him at least a couple times, whatever, that might be the difference between not making the roster and making it. That might be the difference between being a backup and being a starter. I don't like that. I'd rather them play, to be honest with you, I'm much more worried about them playing the Raiders than I would be if they were playing the Chiefs or the Bills or the Eagles, hell, even the Cowboys to an extent. Teams almost certainly are going to be above 500. They're going to be contenders. The rotations are pretty much set. They're in that same mindset. When you're playing the Raiders, the Saints, you name it, your Arizona Cardinals, your bottom feeders, that's where you got guys that are just foaming at the mouth wanting to make a difference. And I don't want them to make a difference against Brock Purdy.
Yeah. And so, for him to play a little bit yesterday, again, we said it earlier, not too concerned about that. But the other part that I found interesting yesterday was it Friday? There was a lot more talk that some of the Niners players were talking about Ayuk. Like, I think it was Debo said, yeah, that's something we're not going to have to worry about because he's going to be here. And so there were starting to be some breadcrumbs about, okay, is this contract about to get signed?
Mm-hmm.
And then he was apparently there and in the box, the upstairs. So it's like, what's going on with Ayuk? Like, can we get this done?
One way or the other. Yeah. I feel like it's got to get done at some point this week.
I hope so. For everybody's sake, right?
You've got the game this week, and then you have a 2-week bye, I think.
About that
before the regular season. So you've got effectively 3 weeks. Now, look, it's not like I don't think there's going to be a large ramp up for Ayuk. Really, it's more about if he goes somewhere else and has to learn a completely new playbook. That's the issue.
Mm-hmm.
If he goes to the Steelers, if he goes to the Steelers and Broncos, he doesn't really have to learn. Just get open and don't worry about it because the ball's not coming anyways. That's really where he's got the issue because he's either choosing money or he's choosing a little less money, but relevance and wins.
Right.
And all of that. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll go over to the Raiders. They named their QB1, but what does that mean? And what's the up and down for them? We'll talk about it next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cashback you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. Basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% when you buy 1 pallet or more of select shingles. Plus, save 10% when you buy 68 or more select OSB sheathing. And if you find a lower price in-store or online, we'll match it. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
I don't want to be a player no more. I've thought about it. I'm really not a player, Jason, per se. I just crush a lot. Now, when he says crush a lot, he's referring to like cookies, right?
Yeah.
I can crush.
Obviously.
Crush a sleeve of Oreos. Like it ain't no one's business. Welcome in. Welcome back. Or if you've been here all day, hey, thanks for staying. We appreciate you.
I would say that's still a welcome back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
for a little bit.
We're back. Welcome back. No, that's a great point. The Raiders, as we are contractually obligated to talk about, the Raiders have decided on a QB1. Antonio Pierce, in his first full season as head coach, is named Gardner Minshew, the starting quarterback. Why are you smiling?
Gardner Minshew.
Also, just not a successful name either.
Yeah, no chance with that name. That name and the mustache.
The mustache doesn't help. Mm-hmm. But, people look at Baker Mayfield and go, wow, look, he could be Well, number one, Baker Mayfield was a number one pick. Number two, Baker Mayfield. That's a great quarterback name. Gardner Minshew is the guy that does your taxes. He's not.
Is it?
Although I did love him in Washington State.
Yeah.
That was a fun game.
It's Brock Purdy. That's a good QB name, isn't it?
Well, according to Mike Florio, it rhymes with Purdy.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy's like a mid.
Okay.
Yeah. Like Jeff Garcia is a better one, I think. Montana, Young, Stabler. Plunkett technically wasn't a great quarterback name, but it worked. Plunkett, probably, when you think about it, not the best name for a guy throwing things.
For a guy throwing things.
Yeah.
Who's the best quarterback with a name that you didn't think had a chance to be successful?
Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh, yeah.
Roethlisberger's he's the outlier. He's the guy. You can make an argument, Roger Staubach. That's not but it actually works.
Favre?
Yeah, Favre. See, because the way it's spelled, like Favre.
Yeah.
But Favre, again, that's like Purdy.
Yeah.
It's mid. It's not like Manning, Brady,
Montana,
Young,
Unitas.
Those are all just legend. Namath, even. Namath's a great name, but was kind of a mid quarterback. Esiason, because of Boomer.
Mm-hmm. Moon.
Bradshaw.
Oh, Bradshaw. Terry Bradshaw you knew he was going to make it from day one.
And here's our new quarterback, Terry. Bradshaw. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But then why didn't Colt McCoy?
There's examples on that side too. Like for every Roethlisberger, there's 5 Colt McCoys. Jeff George. 2 first names, dude.
Yeah, Vince Young.
Vince
Young.
Oh my goodness gracious! Now Justin Herbert, jury's out on him.
Mm-hmm.
Herbert, not good. Andy Dalton, the Red Rifle. That's a Hall of Fame name and a Hall of Fame nickname. He had an okay. Dak Prescott, great quarterback name. He's in a Post Malone song.
How about Dakota?
I personally think Dakota Prescott's better.
Yeah.
I personally think Dakota Prescott's better.
Kyler Murray? Good.
Yeah. I mean, Murray, definitely. Kyler
Murray.
Right. But Jim Drunkenmiller? Another exception in the Ben Roethlisberger school of exceptions with crappy names that did really well. Y.A. Tittle.
Yes.
I don't think anybody was like, oh, Manning, Montana, Brady, Tittle. Also, because none of them were born.
Yeah.
So that's why they weren't doing that. So Minshew.
Yeah.
Minshew.
Gardner Minshew. Leading the way for the silver and black.
Leading the way. Just Bart Starr. Thank you.
That's a good one.
That's a great one. Yeah, leading the way. What does that mean? What is he leading? And also you have to wonder, Jason, how much, if at all, did Devontae Adams have to do with this decision? And if I'm Antonio Pierce, by the way, I know this sounds a little bit weird, but considering this team, where they're going, where they aren't going, it's the fact that it's my first year in the league. I'd probably let him pick the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I probably let him pick the quarterback because that probably gives me at least a couple extra games of buy-in ownership from my star receiver.
Keep my best player happy.
Keep my best player. That's exactly right. Oh, I mean, look.
Him and Crosby, right?
Yeah, him and Crosby for sure, but my goodness. But I don't. Look, the Raiders are a big question mark, dude. They're a big question mark. If I'm going if I'm going on the upside, it's, hey, look, Max Crosby is the leader of a very young and scrappy defense who now have a head coach who is part of a lot of scrappy defenses, who speaks defense. Zamir White ain't Josh Jacobs on the surface, but running backs, if we've seen, can be interchangeable. And Zamir White is about 6-7 years younger than Jacobs. You have two stud tight ends, one that you drafted this last year to go with Devontae Adams, perhaps the best receiver in the game. Your offensive line is fine. And maybe they hone things down just enough for Gardner Minshew to get him 20-something points a game and let the defense take care of everything.
Yeah, I think this is how I would word it for Raider fans. Look, I think that the difference in where maybe they thought they would be. So let's go. I think they believed they were going to get McCarthy, Bo Nix, or Michael Penix.
Yeah.
Now, they didn't get any of them, but if they did, it doesn't matter who you give them. Give them one of those three quarterbacks with the same roster. I feel like there's a different level of excitement. Now, none of any of the quarterbacks that they got, if they drafted one of those three, could all be busts and could have been worse than what they've got.
Sure.
But we don't know that yet.
No.
And there's the excitement of, did they draft the future QB? Well, right now, again, I don't think O'Connell is. I don't think Minshew is. Now, you have to deal with what you've got, and Minshew will have every opportunity. But I just think that's where they're going to be next year. They're going to draft a QB or trade for one, and I just feel like they're a year behind.
And not that it's necessarily the answer. I know we've talked about it before, but if I'm Tom Telesco, their new GM, I'm hiring Christopher Laud before I hire Luke Getsy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm bringing Justin Fields over for that conditional 6th round. And what kind of a different world are we in?
Right.
If the Raiders invested in just a badass offensive coordinator. Somebody's saying earlier in the chat, they were saying, well, Luke Getsy's a mobile quarterback guy and Minshew's more mobile than AOC. Yeah, you had an incredibly mobile quarterback who's better than 12 Gardner Minshew's, at least on his feet in why am I blanking? Bears quarterback. Justin Fields. Thank you. In Justin Fields. And now you decided to bring Luke Getsy couldn't get it done with Justin Fields, and you're bringing him over to work with not even AOC now, Gardner Minshew.
Right.
I'm grabbing anyone in the NFL pretty much other than, in fact, I'm saying, hey, Josh, we're still paying you. Can we just demote you to Josh McDaniels offensive coordinator? That's fine. I'm fine with that. As long as he doesn't have anything to do with final coaching decisions, I'm okay. Josh, how about we just, by the way, why hasn't that ever happened? Just put him upstairs. You're still paying the guy. Just demote him to offensive coordinator. What's he going to do? Say no?
Right.
And then grab Justin Fields. And if that happens, all of a sudden, we're looking at a completely different, I think, a completely different set of excitement for the Raiders.
Yeah.
But, again, every year people are wrong, and that's all you can say. Maybe we are wrong about the Raiders. Let's go to Garrett. Good morning, Garrett. Oh, hold on. There we go. Hi, Garrett.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good, brother.
I don't know. I'm a little torn. I've been a Raider fan my whole life. I'm a little torn with the decision that they made. I mean, I know we'll see what happens. And, hopefully Gardner Minshew is, the second coming of Rich Gannon as a, all-time backup quarterback who just kind of came in and was able to get the job done and then shines as a Raider. But I just can't help the fact that Aiden O'Connell's stats compared to Gardner Minshew this preseason. Now, I understand it's preseason and there's second and third string and whatnot, but Gardner Minshew was 16 of 33 for 212 yards, 1 touchdown, with a QBR of like 79.5, where Aiden O'Connell was 21 of 29, 175 yards, 1 TD. Yes, 1 horrible interception for a pick six.
Sure.
But his QBR was still 85.4. You got almost 6 points more QBR out of a guy who's in year 2, who the coach even said has a lot of potential and is going to be a starter in this league. Why not give him that shot? You saw what he did last year. Let him shine and grow with this offense. Give him the shot. I don't know. Like I said, we'll see what happens. As a Raider fan, I'm used to being disappointed. So we'll see what happens. I'll take your comments off there.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I think that's a very it's a very well put together thought. Like, we don't know what's going to happen. It does make you think that this might have been a Devontae Adams thing, whether Devontae was involved or they're just leaning towards him because of the experience. But I get it. I totally get where he's coming from. And again, I go back to, I don't know why either of these guys, these are both guys who should be competing, in my opinion, for a backup.
Mm-hmm.
They're backup quarterbacks. And yeah, sure. And by the way, we forgot Rich Gannon the Cannon. I mean,
yeah, that's a positive example of someone that could work like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I completely understand the whole, Jeff Hostetler thing too. But again, for every one Jeff Hostetler, there's 950 other dudes that we'll see though. I just can't wait for it to get here so we can quit talking about it and start talking about what happened. A's and Giants, final Bay Bridge series. And what was this like for your former A's, which there were a few of them? We'll talk about that next.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys, live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus, view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm meteorologist Kelly Kern in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. We are expecting mainly clear skies across the area this morning, with temperatures starting out around 60 degrees and highs this afternoon in the upper 80s to low 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA app.
It's been said an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And when it comes to a nice, cool summer, it's so true. Right now, get a complete air conditioner tune-up for just $59. Bonnie, plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
When you switch and save with Progressive, you could use that money towards going to see your favorite team in the playoffs. Progressive cannot guarantee that you can go see your favorite team in the playoffs. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, but we cannot guarantee that your favorite team will make the playoffs or even finish with a winning record. They could easily lose more than half their games and finish in the cellar because they stink badly and haven't made the playoffs in years. Savings? Very possible. Playoffs? Highly doubtful. Switch and see if you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates, not available in all states. We cannot be held liable for your favorite team's terrible and frankly embarrassing performances now or ever.
Shop Folsom Lake Kia for special offers right now. I'm Coach Doug Christie urging you to visit my friends at Folsom Lake Kia and save big on your next new or certified pre-owned vehicle right now. Visit FolsomLakeKia.com.
Increase leads and get more customers. We create tailored digital marketing strategies that deliver results. On your next campaign, aim higher. Go to aimyourdigital.com and get started today. Aimyourdigital.com.
Keep your family cool and comfortable this summer with Bell Brothers' best summer ever financing event. When you replace your AC system, we're offering 0 payments, 0 interest for 6 months on approved credit, then low fixed rate thereafter. That's right, 0 payments, 0 interest for 6 months on any new AC system. It's an incredible offer on an incredible new AC system, but only for a limited time. This offer is also available on any plumbing, water heater, or insulation projects over $1,000. So call Bell Brothers now. Your family will thank you because they'll be cool and comfortable. But you have to hurry. Our offer for 0 payment, 0 interest for 6 months, then low fixed rate thereafter ends soon. Estimates and second opinions are free. So call now to keep your family cool and comfortable during Bell Brothers' best summer ever event. Our number is 916-444-1234 or find us online at theNoSurpriseGuys.com. That's theNoSurpriseGuys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
on Sacktown Sports.
Couple things for you, Jason. I want to see if you agree with this or not. Chris, you can participate too, please. Things that give energy. Learning new things. American energy.
Oh, yes. No, this isn't that.
Took me a second. Simplifying things. Positive thinking.
These give energy?
That's what, according to this list.
Okay.
Healthy food.
Okay.
Socializing.
Yeah.
Meditation. Either you meditate?
I do not.
I've tried. Doesn't
get distracted.
I do.
That's something I wish I could do.
Same. I really do. I'm not making any fun of people that meditate. I've tried the guided stuff. I've tried I like the whole idea of music, like the meditation music, and like, I'm not talking about like Om. I'm talking about like legit whatever. I love it's like hockey. I love everything about it. I just can't get into it.
The idea is like turning your head off, right?
Right.
But like the more I try to, the more like,
100%.
Oh, remember when you pushed that kid over in
That's
6th grade?
right. Exactly. Things just start popping, and you're supposed to like, it's like, let the thoughts come in and just let them fly by. I'm like, but it's standing in front of me going, hi, remember me? Movement.
Want to see your thought?
Gratitude, sunlight, nature, music, sleep, and rest. I would say it depends on the type of music. I think classical music gives me energy, but I get what they're saying.
Music definitely does.
Yeah, Metallica does. Things that drain energy. Fear, news, stress, clutter, alcohol, fast food, self-criticism, overworking, lack of sleep, procrastination, social media, negative thinking, and dwelling on the past. I bring this up only because, like, I'm good on like 7 out of those
boxes over there.
Oh, yeah. I must have no energy. I don't drink, so the alcohol's out. I don't really eat a lot of fast food, weirdly enough. I bring it up every time I do, but that's it. I really don't, truthfully. Yeah. Lack of sleep. Anyways, finally, and then we'll get to the game here. This is just one of those cases of somebody very innocently. This is Bo Brisky of the Detroit Tigers. One of those like ESPN things, like what they did for the Little League thing yesterday. Like, hey, who's your hero? Who do you want to meet? All that. The audio is a little off here, but you should be able to hear what he said. Very innocent comments.
One person I would love to meet, Abraham Lincoln. I'd just like to pick his brain too.
Nice catch, Blanco Nino.
I get what he was saying, but he even kind of acknowledges it towards the end.
To meet Abraham Lincoln. I'd just like to pick his brain, to be quite honest. That sounds bad now that I say it.
Right?
Yeah.
Come on, Bo Brisky. Sounds like a Chris Farley SNL.
Bill Brasky.
100%.
To Bill Brasky.
The final Bay Bridge series. I'm glad it happened at the Coliseum and not over at Pac Bell Park. That's right. Besides the 1989 World Series, yearly interleague play started. It did throw me a little bit when I saw this earlier. 1997.
I remember thinking, oh, wow, interleague, this would be a huge deal. And then now we're just used to it.
Interleague play started 27 years ago. That's insane, dude.
I think the original idea of like the games would only be played like this time of the year is what made it cool. But now it's every single.
You can open
a
up.
series.
Yeah, it could be Reds and Yankees to open the season. You're like, wait, what?
Yeah, I'm with you. I liked that. You had like it was almost like an
interleague week.
Yeah.
Like,
hey, the interleague play breaks coming up where everyone will play everybody else. But yes, back in the day.
Yeah. Well, and some of it made sense. It was like, oh, Yankees, Mets, Dodgers, Angels, Giants, But then you'd get
for the first couple of years, wasn't it just like in the division?
For the most part, yeah, I think so. And now, like you said, it's a Royals Giants to start the season. What? Okay. What is the purpose of this?
Right.
From the text line at 916-339-1140. I have a strange reason I really love Jim Plunkett. By the way, I haven't read this story yet. It's always dangerous. We catered a party where Lloyd Bridges, Jim Plunkett, and a few other stars were guests. While passing hors d'oeuvres, guests wouldn't move to allow me through with my heavy tray. Jim Plunkett was actually to the side of me facing the other way, but was conscious of oblivious guests. So he reached over and guided the other guests away to allow me through without any attention to it or affecting any conversations. They all knew I was there because they took food from me. The small gesture showed me a lot about him as a person outside of football and the caring part of him. I became a bigger fan of Jim Plunkett. That's from Chris the mom.
Okay.
I like stories like that.
I do too.
Where
That's
there's
nice.
no fanfare or anything like that. Back to the Giants. Emotional 10th inning was a walk-off, if you will.
They needed that. So it's going to be a bad couple of losses for them.
I mean, sort of walk-off. Yeah, but you get my point. It was emotional, and here's how it ended.
That's at the belt. His pitch is swung on and missed. He struck him out with a slider. And the Giants in the final Bay Bridge Series game get an extra inning win here in Oakland. 4-2 the final.
He's got a run in there as well, but it started in the 10th this way.
He's also made some other changes, and then Encarnacion swings and drives it deep center, hit well. Lede back at the track. It is gone!
And then Michael Conforto.
As Conforto swings, he belts one deep right on its way. Gone! And the Giants go back-to-back in the 10th. Michael Conforto is a pinch hitter, makes it 4-1.
And that's how it ended. And you saw Mark Canna grabbing dirt.
Yeah, scooping it into a little cup.
By the way, where does dirt collection rank as far as like tourist collectibles go?
Yeah, I've never done that. What's he going to do with that?
I think I think you like label it with like the date and where it was. Here's my thing about dirt collecting. I'm with you. I don't do it. Also, probably one of the cooler things to collect if you think about it. First off, it's free. Secondly, like this is the dirt. Like how cool would it be to have like this is the dirt from like the Coliseum. This is the dirt from Mount Rushmore.
Ooh.
I don't know. This is the dirt from this beach I was at where I asked the wife to marry me. And this is that, like, it's the land.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like a good idea. But then you just have a bunch of vials with dirt. How are you with ashes? Are you an ashes guy? Like I have a friend, I won't say who, Katie, who has like all the ashes of all her dogs.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
And like
I would spread them if that was the thought.
Sure.
But they're just kept.
Yeah, and like a little dog shaped urn. I mean, look, everybody should grieve how they want to grieve.
Oh,
don't get me wrong. I'm just having fun here. But like
you're asking me though, yeah.
I'm not.
If it was somebody's wishes, I would not do that with a pet. But if it was somebody's wishes to be cremated, then maybe I'm guessing it would be, hey, spread my ashes at my favorite place,
Sure,
or this place, or
I'm all for that.
Yeah,
if that's their wish, for sure.
Right.
I just feel like on your shelf.
Yeah.
But again, just to be clear, I know this is a really sensitive topic for some people. Like, I'm not trying to yuck. If your mom's ashes are on your shelf, that works for you. God bless you. That I'm serious. That
I would not
go for it. I kind of I don't know.
Not for me.
Let me ask you guys this.
You know the scene from Big Lebowski when they're spreading the ashes and it blows back in his face?
Didn't Snoop Dogg smoke a joint with somebody's ashes?
I think the story I remember was Rolling Stones, not Mick Jagger, the other one.
Keith Richards.
Keith Richards.
Yeah.
Smoked his dad's ashes.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. It was Snoop. Well,
but that happened when we were spreading my grandpa's ashes.
Somebody smoked a joint with your grandpa's ashes?
It flew back into everything.
Oh, right. And then you're like, oh, I just sniffed grandpa. Like, it's in my bloodstream. I don't like it. It would just oog me out. Okay, here's a question. Not saying you guys would be into this or whatever, but let's just say, all right, you guys are going to die and you are getting cremated.
I am.
Yeah, you don't have a choice. The only thing you have a choice about is where are your ashes spread? You have to have them spread somewhere. Where are they spread? What's your special place?
Easy.
Huh.
Manchester City's stadium has a garden right next to the stadium where people can spread their ashes.
And then when you say garden, do you mean backyard or do you mean an actual
garden?
Okay. Our garden.
Mine's probably the ocean or a golf course or something.
What about abandoned?
Sure.
Okay, so abandoned.
And there's an ocean. You can do both.
You can do both? How does that work too? Because then like...
I'm going to get Jason's ashes and spread them someplace he doesn't want them.
Speaking of abandoned, I was on a trip with... or I was at one of the years I was abandoned. We were playing with somebody. Goes, hey, I hope you don't mind, but I have my dad's ashes, and it was one of his wishes to. I go, no, I mean that's your.
Of course,
I don't mind. And they filmed. It was actually a really cool moment, and he spread his ashes there. But he's like, I've done this in Italy. I'm out. He's like asked
all over the place.
He's like, take me where you go, son, and spread me around.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
That's a pretty cool story. So I was there to watch that, and I thought that was neat.
The one I don't like is the people that spread their family's ashes at the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland.
They do that?
That's a thing.
You haven't. Oh, and like they have been told, like, stop spreading your family's ashes here.
When and why did that start?
Oh, it was like news. Like they had to tell people to stop doing it.
That is so weird. Why would you? I mean,
I guess Disneyland in general I could see, but why specifically the Haunted Mansion?
And people are too into Disneyland. Like the people that go there are just like, oh my god.
No, you're so right.
Go someplace else.
Disney Files.
Go to Italy.
Also, I don't know if I want my ashes spread multiple places. Because, like, what if, I mean, isn't the whole point, like, you reanimate someday into, like, zombie you? And, like, what if part of me is in Italy and part of me is abandoned?
No, it'll be like Voltron.
You'll find each other.
Through the wind?
Yeah.
I don't want my ashes mixed with, what about, like, would you want your ashes mixed with, like, a loved one? I know somebody that does that, too. Like, where their wife died first, and then they said when they died, they wanted their ashes and their wife's ashes in the same earth. I mean, again, to each their own.
Correct.
That's a very personal and important thing. And I don't know. Like, part of me would want to say, the obvious one would be put them at Gold One. But then, like, where?
Why not here?
At the station?
As much time here as
because the amount of times I would get urinated on by some random dude outside.
By me.
That's not how right. Chris would just go over there every day.
On the microphone.
There's like magically, there's all these like gorgeous flowers blooming from where my ashes are, from all the waste products that have been dropped on me in the afterlife. I'm good. Put my ashes in the melted butter at the popcorn station and don't tell anyone. Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yes, and then loads and loads of people will squish my ash butter.
So you're worried about your ashes being split up in different spots, but you want a whole bunch of people consuming you.
Consuming me. That's true. Then I'm just going to end up in the sewers. Yeah, I don't want that. All right, we'll take a break. Anyways, it's a Final Bay Bridge series. It's an emotional one.
Or you could just take third base like Matt Chapman did.
Bury me under third base. What's the old joke? Lower me in a casket with the Kings logo so they can let me down one last time. Just win a title before I die, please. That was just a prayer, by the way, Dave. Amen.
That got dark.
Yeah, didn't it? Wait, I was talking about ashes and the melted butter, and that it got dark when I talked about kings.
Yeah, you're blaming them for you dying.
100%. We'll take a break. When we come back, who's hot, who's not? Let's go streaking next.
The only place you'll find Kevin Herter is Sacktown Sports.
Herter's open, steps into three. He's got the triple. Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Herter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Hey, this is Greg Papa. Are you working through a major insurance claim? SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884. Sacramento, Dirks Bentley's coming to town. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends. Farmerly, Tyler Rich, Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by RVs of Sacramento and Hoblet Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Center.
A lot can happen between falling in love with a house online and owning it, between imagining living there and breathing in your new home for the first time. Having an advocate who can help you navigate the complex world of financing, inspections, negotiating, analyzing the market, and talking through any anxieties that may pop up, that can make all the difference. That's what the expertise of a Realtor can do for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors and bound by a code of ethics, because that's who we are.
They say the hardest part of getting something done is getting started. Well, we did that 30 years ago, when California first took on the tobacco industry. Now, smoking is down 60%, lung cancer 42%. A couple of our cities have already ended tobacco sales. A California without big tobacco isn't just possible, it's already happening. See our progress at undo.org.
Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino. Sacramento summertime heat is back. And, of course, Cap Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, wants to invite everyone to soak up some air conditioning, still with the most variety of table games in the region. And, as always, the best food, best service, and the best action, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. Capital Casino, of course, reminding everyone to please make sure you gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
It's hot. Not my appetite. You know what I'm going to go home and do? Have some avocado beets and noodle salad. Start keeping a diary of my meals.
Okay. Where's that going? How are you keeping it? Your phone? And you actually writing a journal?
I'll just tweet it. That way I can have it ready to go.
Okay.
So day one, so far, I've had a shake.
Protein shake.
I have shrimp and chicken.
Dearest mother, today I had a protein shake.
Who is hot?
Asia Wilson. Last night, she scored 34 points, grabbed 13 rebounds in the Aces' 87-71 win over the Los Angeles Sparks. That was Wilson's 17th 2010 game this season, which is the WNBA record. The record of 16 2010 games was set by
Asia Wilson.
No. Wait, was it Asia Wilson?
Asia Wilson last year.
Yeah, I told you. Wow. Is Asia Wilson the greatest WNBA player ever? Or will she be when it's all said and done?
Maybe when it's all said and done, but not yet. No.
You know who I thought was going to be really good and kind of disappointed me was Shamika Holtzclaw. when she was at Tennessee.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, right? And then she really didn't have, she had moments, but other things happened. Who's not?
The Chicago Sky. In yesterday's 86-68 loss to the Phoenix Mercury, the Sky were scoreless from 3 and were franchise low 0 of 17 from behind the arc.
I mean, at this point, just give it up. Just fold the franchise. The White Sox and the Sky should fold.
They say the 18th chance is a.
Yeah,
that is what they do.
I just got scared.
Yeah, who just came in there? I saw something fly by the window.
Kyle just blasted into the control room.
Why did he blast in?
I don't know.
Does he know we're doing a show? Why would he just blast in when we're doing a show and distract you? Why was
it's a blaster?
Where was that on the decision-making tree from Kyle? That's not great. Do I blast into your house when you're working, Kyle?
Whoa.
Just being a ding dong. Real quick, Raiders game. Have you heard about this Wynn Field Club?
Yes.
Okay, so it's just this rich people in Vegas go here because they're rich, right? Gonna give you some things, and let's play guess the price. Okay. And please, legitimate prices. Corona.
Corona.
Corona. Just one Corona.
This is at the game.
This
I
is
did
at
see the price
Wynn
for this.
Field. Oh, you can't play then. All right.
What's at the what?
The Wynn Field Club at Raiders games. This is like the super high swanky winky thing.
$21.
$20. I'm giving it to you. That's
$20?
It's $20 for one beer. How about a bottle of Jack Daniels? Regular old bottle.
$50.
$50?
I don't know.
It's going to be like $350.
Almost. $725.
What?
How about? Well, see, the thing is, these are like cognacs and scotches, which nobody. How about a bottle of rum? Basic Bacardi Superior rum.
Well, it's Superior.
$100.
$725 for a bottle. $800 for a bottle of gin. Maker's Mark, $750. Dewar's 12-year, $750. 18-year, $1,000. Macallan 18-year Scotch, $1,750, and then we get into cognacs. Remy Martin XO, $1,100 for a bottle. Remy Martin, that's Louis the, I believe, 14th, $9,000. By the way, real quick, either you guys ever try cognac?
Yes.
Jason?
No, I don't think so.
Can I just say this? Cognac is kind of trash.
That's fine.
But it's not like, dude, I see people that flip out over cognac. I swear I have tried like regular old buy in the store sip of cognac. And then I've actually tried some just stupidly high priced cognac. Like someone would get it or they'd have a bottle. Oh, you want to taste this? I'd be like, I literally give me a drop, like a little droplet, just so I understand. I couldn't tell you the difference, dude. And they're both kind of like not a root beer.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I just don't get it. But then again, I think I'm like the cilantro people that taste dish soap. Like do you get cognac?
Me?
Yeah, you.
No.
Yeah, I don't get it. All right, let's go.
Like, are you saying like, do you understand it?
No, yeah, like, do you understand why people would spend all that money on cognac? Like, I know you wouldn't. Do you have you ever tasted expensive cognac?
No.
Okay. I'd be curious to know if I put is Hennessy cognac?
Yes.
Okay. So if I put like a shot glass of Hennessy and then like a glass of like Louis the 19th.
Oh, I'd be able to taste the difference.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Even if you didn't know which one was which?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd be able to taste the difference. I wouldn't be able to tell you which one was the better one.
Trending on social media right now, Jenna Ortega, just big boned, Hideki, and gonorrhea. Jason, it's right there. Not making it up. There's your update. Let's go streaking, please.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
Streaking.
We're streaking.
Yeah.
Or are we? Carmichael Dave, you are at 0.
I am.
I'm at 5.
I prefer to call it a fresh start, Jason.
I agree. And I'm at Chris was at 2. See if we can extend, or in your case, start a streak. You, because the day before we tricked you with Jackson Holiday.
Yeah, you did.
And I said, you should go with Jackson Holiday. You're like, no, I'm going to take Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
Jackson Holiday on Friday got 4 hits, by the way. Shohei Ohtani, in his 5 plate appearances, he got you 0 hits. So you remain at 0. I was at 5. I went with Luis Arias, who I think every time I've ever picked him has not gotten a hit.
I can guarantee you he's getting you a hit.
Well, he got it 5 times, and Luis Arias got
2, 3,
2.
Yeah,
2 hits. So I'm at 6. And Chris took Alex Bregman. He was at 2, and Bregman did not play.
What do you got, Bregman?
So Chris stays at 2. So Dave is at 0. I'm at 6. Chris is at 2.
Idiot. Shohei Ohtani, Luis Arias, Aaron Judge, Jackson Holiday. They don't get me hits. You know who gets me hits? Mark Canha, JJ Bleday.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta pick someone, don't I? I gotta pick somebody who's not gonna get me a hit. Let's see who's playing today. D-backs Marlins. You know what? Give me Adley Rutschman. I don't even care anymore. Just give me Adley Rutschman.
Okay. Well, you mentioned that Marlins D-backs game. I'm picking from that game Corbin Carroll.
Ooh.
Carroll. I'm Carroll.
Corbin Carroll.
Chris.
I will be taking Matt Chapman.
That's an interesting pick.
I was looking at who the Giants are playing.
White Sox.
Oh. Woof. Is that a roadie? Nope, that's a homie. Yep, Harrison versus Cannon. Weirdly enough, Cannon has the lower ERA.
He does not have a big arm.
No. We'll take a break. When we come back, top of the hour, that means Niners at 9. Let's look at the history of the NFC West, according to Jason Ross. Well, also according to history. I guess you didn't make it up.
No.
Also, big birthday today, and later today, not just a birthday in the Kings family, but an extension of the Kings family. We'll talk about that next.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave inviting you to make the switch to electric this spring and save big with American Energy. Stay ahead of those spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD as well as spring specials by installing one of many incredibly efficient AC options available to you right now. Get rid of those fluctuating gas bills in the winter and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now. Thunder, feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
For most of the people that walk in our store, it's been an ongoing, nonstop issue, and they're finally walking into the Good Feet store. Okay, the guy that came into my store last year that has had plantar fasciitis for 30 years. I looked at him, I said, "Are you kidding me? I've been here for 14. Where have you been?" I helped relieve a problem that's plagued him for 30 years. I mean, how do you not go home and talk about that?
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your flagship station for the Beam Team.
Should we light the beam? Light the beam, baby.
Sacktown Sports. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
All right, final hour is here. Want to go? Just one precious hour left for us, Carmichael Dave.
Just one. Then it's something else.
Just once. Till we finally. Just once. Who is that? That is James Ingram.
That's a great poll by you.
I believe.
Is that the same James Ingram that teamed up with Linda Ronstadt for the Fievel song?
Maybe.
Somewhere
out there?
Yeah. Was that James Ingram?
Might be.
Okay. Is James Ingram a Niner fan?
Should be.
Because here we are. Just a few weeks out. Just a couple.
Think they're ready?
No, I don't. I think they need
more practice.
Yeah, they need more practice. No, they need more practice for the others, not for Brock Purdy, please. Although he's Purdy, please, going to be playing this weekend. They need Trent Williams. They need Brandon Ayuk one way or the other. They need to figure it out. But, also, look, there's a difference between overconfidence and being strategic. Like, they know what they're doing. Like,
do they?
I feel like they deserve that.
As far as what, in the contract parts of this or what?
No. I mean, like getting into the season. They got a lot of vets, a lot of, the whole, here's what I want out of the preseason. This, as a 49er fan, I'm going to give you my top 5 goals.
Okay. I know what number 1 is, or should be.
It's right at the top.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't get injured.
1. Yeah.
Now that's
and
also
2.
number 2 and 3 and 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Did I spit on you?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I care about. Now, look, there's some fringe battles. I get it. And there are some people on the team that need a little bit of development and help. And I get it. I really, really do. You know who doesn't? Brock Purdy, Trent Williams, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle. I'm good. But when you look at this division for the last 23 years, it's kind of been all over the place, even though the 49ers have had a lot of success.
Mm-hmm. So have other teams.
They haven't had Seattle success.
Right.
9 times Seattle has won this division since 2001, followed by, in fact, this would be kind of an interesting trivia question to pull on your friends since 2001. So who's won the NFC West the most? I feel like most would probably get either Seattle, San Francisco, or San Francisco, Seattle, depending on how crazy of a fan they are. But you've also had the Rams win it 5 times, including a Super Bowl, and a stretch of really successful seasons. And the Cardinals have won it 3 times. So when you look at the teams this year, who is their biggest threat in the West?
I think it's the Rams.
Really?
Yeah.
That surprises me.
Really? You have someone else?
I think it's Seattle.
Really?
I do. I think it's Seattle. I think. By the way, I don't think they really. I think the biggest, honestly, I think the biggest threat for the 49ers in the NFC West is injury. Because I think if they're healthy, there's not really a threat. I don't.
I think the Rams are pretty good. I mean, the Rams are a couple years removed from a Super Bowl. Then they missed the playoffs. Last year they were back.
There's a big loss, though. It's Aaron Donald. Man.
Yeah.
That is a catastrophic loss.
Yeah, and they had injuries last year to Cooper Kupp.
Yes,
and
they
now
did.
so Kupp and
Puka
Nacua.
Nacua, yeah.
A few other offensive linemen they've added. I think the Rams are gonna be pretty good. Stafford's still there. I know he's banged up right now, but now the Niners have done great against them individually.
Yeah,
but I think the Rams are pretty good.
I think that's very interesting. I think the Rams are like well, you can't be a 500 team, but somewhere
right. 9-8,
10-7, 8-9, somewhere in that vicinity. And look, I don't think that Seattle is anything crazy. Don't misread me. But let's look at the standings from last year. By the way, the Rams undefeated in the preseason. The Rams actually went 10-7 last year to Seattle's 9-8, and that was with all those injuries. Then the Cardinals bringing up the 4-13. I don't see anything. I don't know what we're getting out of the Cardinals this year. I don't really see a crazy. Look, they added Marvin Harrison Jr. That's going to be fun if Kyler Murray can stay healthy. But weirdly enough, they also bring in Desmond Ridder as well, who. I did not expect him to end up with the Cardinals, but obviously they've got Kyler Murray concerns. James Conner is it seems like he's 55 years old. Is their running back. But then you go Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Wilson, Greg Dortch, Trey McBride. They just don't look like a great team at all. Seattle, trying to recapture that Geno Smith magic, 9-8 last year. I was a little surprised, especially after they came out of nowhere the year before. Geno Smith's fine. He's fine. He's not great. He's fine, though. I actually like Kenneth Walker if he can stay healthy. He's a fine running back. DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett are great. And Noah Fant's he's a very adequate tight end they got from Denver in the Russell Wilson trade.
And we'll see how different they are without Pete Carroll.
Yeah, first year of post Pete Carroll. Was it a Pete Carroll was keeping them afloat situation, or was it a Pete Carroll had run his course and they need somebody new to get in people's ears? Pete Carroll been there a long, long time.
Yes.
And the fact is that in a calendar year, you have both Bill Belichick and Pete Carroll gone.
Right.
That's incredibly interesting. In fact, are those the 2 longest tenured, or is Tomlin? I know Belichick was.
Yeah. Tomlin's got to have it now, but I don't know if Tomlin might have been longer than Pete Carroll.
That's what I'm wondering. Yeah. But either way, at least 2 of the top 3, if not the top 2 longest tenured guys in there. And then let's take a look at your LA Rams, Jason Ross. The Los Angeles Rams lose Aaron Donald. That's obviously the big headline there as far as losses go. But they have Matthew Stafford back. with possibly Jimmy Garoppolo backing him up. Kyron Williams is going to be a very interesting question mark at running back there, who showed signs of being fantastic and is slated to be a pretty high pick in most fantasy leagues. So a lot of people have confidence in him. You can make an argument that Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua is the best wide receiver tandem in the league. You can make an argument. I'm not saying that you're right. I'm saying you can make an argument. Tyler Higbee's fine at tight end. He's good. They lost, I always want to call him Morrison, not Van Johnson. Van Jefferson. Van Johnson's the commentator. Van Morrison's the singer. Van Johnson is or Jefferson is the wide receiver, who was kind of a quiet, yet, excuse me, every once in a while you'd see Van Jefferson pop up for 5 catches and 143 yards. The big question is going to be what they do on defense. Now, they got Jared Verse at linebacker, a Florida State kid coming out, rookie this year. He's going to be a fun NFL player. I wouldn't say he reminds me of, but who's my guy with who's my guy with the Chargers forever defense? It starts with a D.
Derwin James.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Jason Ross. I'm blanking about these protein shakes are not working for my brain. I don't think you saying that about the Rams is ludicrous in any way, shape, or form. I just don't know who's going to challenge the Niners. I don't think that's overconfidence.
No.
I just think there's different levels.
Right.
Unless, again, you always have to say, unless there's injuries. Well, of course.
Yeah. Well, which usually there are, but it just depends on how damaging are those injuries, right? Like last year, Hufanga got hurt for the Niners defense.
Yes.
Now that hurt them literally, but they were able to regroup on that. But are you losing a quarterback? Are you losing a lineman? Are you losing a key skill player? That's what
Akil Witherspoon's going to be out for nope. Akil Witherspoon. Where am I pulling that out of? Dre Greenlaw. Thank you, David. That's going to hurt them. That's really going to hurt. I think that's one of those things you're going to hear quite a few times this year. When they give up this, that, or whatever, you're going to hear Greg Papa and others saying they really miss Dre Greenlaw, who just loves to hit and got injured in just the absolute dumbest, not dumb on his part, just the whole circumstance was just dumb. He jumped in excitement and splashed his Achilles. We'll take a break. When we come back, quick break here, 1 minute. Happy birthday. Well, I'll give you a hint, okay? Happy
birthday.
We won't tell you who it is. And also the Kings family extending a little bit. We'll talk about it next.
What's the missing piece for the 49ers?
Which names will they add during free agency? Whether it's in season or off season, the coverage never stops. Get the latest 49ers news on Sacktown Sports at sacktownsports.com.
Labor Day savings now at Maida Chevy with $12,000 off MSRP on every new Silverado half-ton Turbo Max in stock after rebates.
$12,000 off every Silverado LT Turbo Max at Maida Chevy with at least 5 at this price.
Labor Day savings up to $12,000 off MSRP exclusively at Maida Chevy at MaidaChevy.com. Sacramento Silverado headquarters. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing, lease, and some other offers. Must trade in 2010 model year or newer. Ends 9/3/24.
Made a great deal at Maida.
Welcome to the Tap House Restaurant at Bartley Kavanaugh Golf Course. With an array of local craft brews from a selection of 20 taps, the Tap House menu boasts freshly made sandwiches, crisp salads, and a variety of specialty entrees. The Tap House is the perfect place for a round after your round at Bartley Kavanaugh Golf Course, especially during happy hour from 3 to 6 daily. Drop by the Tap House Restaurant for scenic views, exquisite food, and a hearty welcome. The Tap House at Bartley Kavanaugh Golf Course.
A Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Well, first and foremost, somewhere around the year 2044, 45. There may very well be a new guard on the scene. De'Aaron Fox and his lovely wife, Rasay, have welcomed another little baby into the world. This is according to De'Aaron Fox's Instagram. Now, it's dated August 7th. He put it out, I want to say today or yesterday, but dated it August 7th, 2024. So it's been a little bit of and by the way, also shout out to the two of them for having the baby at the exact right time. Like, you don't want to have the baby during the season. Yeah. You're not going to get a lot of sleep. They strategically placed the baby so they'll have a good month and a half before training camp starts, kind of get everything. And, they just had another one not that long ago. So a lot of crying, a lot of diapers, a lot of stuff going on around the house. But what a good start to that journey. Yeah. And then before you know it, you'll be a senior, leaving for college.
Sounds like you're talking yourself through some things.
Aren't I always, Jason?
But congrats.
But congratulations to the whole Fox family. Also, here's a guy that was born, 25, 26 years ago?
Well, they're coming up later in celebrity birthdays, but.
Oh, okay. So a few years back, you do say they. Of course you do. Keegan Murray had his birthday today. And let's talk about
birthday, Keegan.
Yeah.
How does he celebrate his birthday?
Well, it's my birthday.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great? I just want to see a video of like Keegan with a little pointy hat on, like blowing out a candle.
Yeah.
It's like I can't. What would
blowing one of those? What are those little like
party favor?
Yeah.
I think it's like party blower.
I'll bet you his birthday cake is made entirely up of those little white cookies in the mother's bag that nobody really
That's
pays
the top
attention.
layer.
That's the top layer is all just the boring white cookies.
No icing.
Too flashy.
Yeah,
Don't
way
need
too
that.
flashy.
He's going to celebrate tonight with a dinner of, what did he say it was?
Wasn't it like
chicken and rice.
Yeah.
With a candle in it.
Uh-huh.
There are some things I wish would happen in sports.
I just saw something about like what their favorites are, the Murray twins.
Yeah.
What do you think Keegan's favorite show is?
60 Minutes.
It's a comedy.
Oh, the McNeil Lair Hour.
It's a comedy.
It's a comedy. A Few Good Men. Or not A Few Good Men. 2.5 Men. A Few Good Men.
Let's go with Big Bang Theory.
Oh, no. What's the one that everyone likes right now? She teaches at a school.
Oh, Abbott Elementary.
Abbott Elementary.
That's good.
Well, I believe this is when they're both in college, so I don't know
okay.
if Abbott Elementary. It's The Office.
Hey.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
No laugh track, of course.
No.
Yeah.
His brother's favorite?
Yeah.
Criminal Minds.
That's his favorite comedy?
That's his favorite show.
Anything else on there of their favorites?
Like before, Chicken and Rice. Best NBA jersey, he said was the Houston Rockets. Keegan said that.
Oh, well, why don't you go play there then, guy? If you love it so much, why don't you marry it?
Superpower he wished he had?
It's the ability to emote.
Flying.
Yeah, it's a pretty good superpower. He can, though. See him fly to the rim.
Oh, this is weird. Chris Murray's favorite meal. Spaghetti, garlic bread, okay, and chocolate milk.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That's like totally like, oh yeah, you guys are from the Midwest.
Right. Like that's an Iowan. I don't know.
Iowegian.
Iowegian? I don't know what you call. What do you call Iowans? Iowans.
There you go.
What do you call Iowans?
What do you call Iowans?
Iowanites.
That sounds right. Nebraskans are Nebraskans. Iowans are Iowanites. Spaghetti, meatballs. I mean, look, spaghetti and meatballs is a good go-to.
Classic.
And garlic bread.
Yep.
Making it better.
Let me ask you something.
But you also like chocolate milk.
I do.
We're not pouring it in the spaghetti.
I know, but you're pouring it in your mouth with the spaghetti leavings.
Might as well be pouring it on the spaghetti.
That's what I'm talking about. I think you have the spaghetti and meatballs with a nice water or iced tea or something, and then you need a palate cleanser before the chocolate milk.
So why can the meat of a burger and fries, let's say, go with a shake?
Oh, it doesn't.
But you have it, don't you?
After I'm finished with the burger.
Oh,
and fries.
you wait till the completion.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes. I will always wait till completion of the burger and fries. And then, because
no other drink in between time.
I might have, I might have a water or sweet tea or something. Like if I'm getting
so you have 2 drinks.
Yeah, if I'm getting it, well, I don't.
The shake's dessert.
Yeah, I don't exactly. I don't consider the shake a drink. I know it is, but that is a dessert. That's like ice cream in straw form. Okay. And I'll always.
Can I get a burger, fry, and a side of cake?
100%. Because here's the thing: you can't order the shake as part of your value meal. Which would be amazing if you could. Can you? I don't think you can.
Don't they just charge you more?
Yeah.
Like, hey,
well, I mean,
what do you want to drink? You're like, can I have a shake? Well, that's going to be
extra.
Whatever.
Well, it's your way right away. That's true. Whatever they're saying is. But I no, I'll put the shake in the, like if I bring it home, I'll put the shake in the freezer and then eat it with a spoon.
So it's a shake weight.
It is. Because I tell you what I can't do. I give myself a brain hemorrhage every time I try to suck a shake through that straw. You ever try that? You're done. Your ears hurt. Your gums are bleeding. You're doing everything you can. Wow. Yeah, it's not easy.
I don't know if you're doing it right.
I'm sucking. Damn it. There's nothing else to do. I'm doing everything I can. It's just too thick.
How about a spoon?
That's what I'm saying. That's how I prefer to eat the shake. So spaghetti and meatballs, though, super go-to. Here's my question. Do you guys prefer regular spaghetti noodles, thicker spaghetti noodles, or thinner spaghetti noodles?
I don't want rope.
Chris?
Regular.
Well, how about you?
I don't even get the spaghetti in the store. I get angel hair.
Angel hair.
Exactly. I want it. I want it. I don't want rope.
Angel hair. But I grew up with it's angel hair, then was it spaghetti?
I think that's how it goes from thin to thick, you're saying? Yeah, it's like angel hair, like thin spaghetti, thick spaghetti, and then like, I don't know, like egg noodles.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah.
I
had that as growing up.
I don't know who this is. Hey, good morning.
Hi, how are you, Dave?
Good. How are you?
Good. This is Dominic from San Francisco. How have you been?
Good, Dominic. How have you been?
Good. Can I touch base on just a couple of things real quick?
Absolutely.
Thank you. The parties, they're called party favors, those noisemaker thingies.
Thank you. Yeah.
And when you were talking about how much things cost at the ballpark, when I was a tiny kid, I was at Candlestick Park for the 1962 World Series, and a hot dog was 30 cents.
You know, why can't we just thank you, Dom. Here's what I say. If I was running for president and this would work and make sense, I'm cutting all prices back to 1950s. Everything. Houses, hot dogs, comic books, cutting it all back. Well, what about the stuff that didn't exist in the 1950s? Well, I'm going to leave that. So a hot dog will be 30
Those are
cents.
$13,000.
Right.
I guess that would be the bad thing because weren't VCRs like $600 to $800?
Yes.
First run through.
Dude, I saw this one thing where it was like one of the early IBM home computers, right? And it was like $20,000, but the like the total memory in the computer was like 1/1000th of what's in your iPhone right now. Like there's just like nothing.
Yeah. Times have changed.
Who the hell was out there spending 20 G's on an IBM computer?
Bill Gates is dead.
I guess. What's the point? It's like the same people that had like the big old briefcase cell phones.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm calling from my car.
I mean, that was a thing. That was a thing back in the day. I remember the cars that all had the little antennas in the back for the cell phones. It was a big deal. I remember my first pager. That was a big moment.
Never had a pager.
Never had a pager?
Nope.
I had 2 pagers. I had the regular old pager, and you had to know like all the codes. Like, call me back. I need information. So that was 411. Call me back. It's an emergency. 911. I would always just I'd tweet.
So 2 codes, yeah.
2 codes.
Yeah.
Well, and boobs.
Of course.
I'm being honest.
Yes.
And then I had an alphanumeric pager once. That was the big time because you literally they were from Sprint. Remember Sprint?
Mm-hmm.
And you would call an 800 number and a live operator would answer. And it was like the earliest form of tweeting because I think you had like 160 characters. So it'd be like, hey, Jason, it's Dave. I'll be over there tonight. Do you need me to bring anything back? And then, so it was basically a text message on your beeper that you had to call someone and dictate it to. God, how old does that sound? And I legit remember how new and innovative that seemed. Yeah. I was so like, dude, I have made it.
Yeah, this is the future.
I'm living in the future right now. I have an alphanumeric pager.
Yeah. Living your best life.
What does that all mean? Happy birthday, Keegan.
Yeah, exactly.
Many, many more.
He's getting a pager. You know that.
He probably has a pager.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. When we get back, can he still blossom offensively with Monk and DeRozan? And then also what to watch this day in sports history, and including one of the shortest gimmicks we've ever seen. We'll get to that next.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out sacktownsports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on sacktownsports.com.
Sacramento, Dierks Bentley's coming to town. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends. Parmalee, Tyler Rich, Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by RVs of Sacramento and Hoblet Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Center.
Whitey here reminding you that not all gas grills are created equal. Bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meats with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro with features other grills cannot match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and a lifetime warranty. I may never want to cook indoors again. Napoleon grills and accessories are now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento, and now El Dorado.
Hi, welcome to Staples.
Yeah, my daughter needs a laptop for college, but I need to watch the budget.
Well, Staples hot deals on tech are backed by a price match guarantee, so our prices won't be beat.
Great. I can't believe my baby's starting college.
She'll do great.
I know.
Oh, let's get you a great deal on a laptop.
Save big on tech for school at Staples. Now get up to $300 off select PCs. And save 24 price match guarantee valid within 14 days of purchase. Exclusions apply. For details, visit staples.com/price match.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. J.D. Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Limited time. For J.D. Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
My kids call me Tom. So unnerving. Every day, the older one's like, "How you doing, Tom?" I go, "Hey, I'm not your fucking stepdad, all right? I wish I was. It'd be a lot easier, but I'm not."
From his multiple Netflix specials, comedian Tom Segura brings his new tour, Come Together, to the venue at Thunder Valley September 5th. Get tickets now. For tickets, visit thundervalleyresort.com. Don't miss Tom Segura, Come Together.
You drove the miles and your tires are done. Got to shop the best prices under the sun at Big O. Big O Tires.
Shop top brand tires with the lowest tire price guarantee and visit your locally owned Big O Tires. Now through August 27th. Buy 3, get 1 free on 4 select in-stock Cooper, Nexen, Nitto, National or Sumitomo brand tires with installation purchase. Installation required. Disposal fees and shop fees extra were permitted. See store for pricing. Eligibility may vary. Not valid with other offers. Match applies to identical tires at regular retail price. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
Keegan Murray plays here.
Keegan scores another 3-pointer. Keegan Murray knocking it down for 23 points. Snatch De'Aaron Fox for game scoring honors.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings. with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
So just to finish off Keegan Murray's birthday conversation, if there is a worry about DeMar DeRozan, I guess, it really is not directly attributed to him. It's simply, I feel like Keegan Murray's development should be at or near the top of the list for the Kings this year.
As far as like priorities?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I think...
Won't that be made harder, a little bit harder with DeRozan?
That's what you worry about is, will some of those... I mean, look, Keegan's just fine parked out on the perimeter. He's shown that.
Yeah.
But last year we saw a little bit of his ability to create his own shot. He went to the next level there. Now, maybe you could argue, okay, do we necessarily need to see Keegan develop offensively? Or does this now allow him to go back maybe to his rookie year a little bit more? Let DeMar take care of more of the middies along with Fox. And then park himself on the outside, if for no other reason that he's likely one of the, if not the first guy back. And maybe his focus this year is completely on defense. I mean, not completely. But let me ask you this, Jason. If I told you, let's say that Keegan Murray was a D&D character, and two of his attributes were offense and defense, like, you know, constitution and strength. And I told you that I had 12 points to add total for Keegan Murray this year. You can put them all on one, all on the other. You can split them evenly. How much do you give to Keegan offensively, and how much do you give him defensively to build the ultimate NBA D&D character?
Can I give him 8 defense, 4 offense?
You can give him whatever you want.
That's what I would do.
So 8 what?
Defense.
I agree with you. I feel like he's more developed.
These are more. 8 more, not.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because I agree or disagree. Better for the team if Keegan Murray were to take an 8-point increase defensively than an 8-point increase offensively.
Yeah, because I think you're going to be fine offensively, and he's part of being fine. He's going to be good for them.
Right.
But you got Fox, you got Sabonis, you got DeRozan, you got Monk, and whatever else you have out there. So, yeah, I think defense.
That's a brief preview of our preseason special. If the Kings were all D&D characters, how would we break down their attributes?
Yes.
And what would we add? And what class would they be, by the way?
Right.
Who's an elf? Who's a mage? Who's a warrior? Nobody is a warrior, right?
I know you like Harry Potter.
Who's a mage?
What?
Mage.
You can do spells and stuff. Like Steph Curry's probably a mage. If he was a D&D character, definitely a mage. You might argue he's a warrior. He's a mage. What to watch today? White Sox at Giants. I've been waiting for this one.
Yeah.
Honestly, between the White, I hope. Oh my goodness! And I just noticed the Rays are playing the A's. Both in the Bay Area. By the way, one of the last series where both of them will be in the Bay Area at the same time. The question is, Jason, are they both going to be playing at this? Yeah. 6:40 and 6:40. What do you do?
Split screen it. Yeah.
Ugh.
Or 2 screens.
Oh, God. I hope that YouTube multi-view kicks in. The Rays, the only team out of those 4 above 500. They're 62 and 61. The Giants are 63 and 63. And the A's and White Sox are a combined 83 and 160 something.
Yikes.
Stinky. On this day, Bill Veeck, one of the greatest promoters of all time, probably.
Yeah.
You have Bill Veeck, P.T. Barnum, Vince McMahon, and probably Dana White. That's probably my Mount Rushmore of American promoters.
Don King?
Oh. Yeah. By the way, Don King's still with us.
I believe so, yeah. Right?
How the hell old is Don King? And does he
78, 84?
You say 78, you say 84? Don King is, oh boy, 92.
Is he really?
92. As a matter of fact, his birthday is tomorrow.
Spoiler
alert. He'll be 93. There goes celebrity birthdays.
So if we don't talk about it again and Jason comes in with Don King, what are the chances that you get it right?
If I take my collagen peptides, I would say, you know what? Because we talked about it enough, I'd say 7 out of 10. He's 93, right? I already forgot. Yep, there we go. I wonder if he still has his cool hair.
I hope so.
Or if that's gone away with the age. I don't want to see bald Don King. Better wear a wig.
Yeah.
If I'm Don King and I go bald, I'm wearing a wig. Although maybe he's already been wearing a wig
this whole time.
We need a 30 for 30. But on this day in 1951, Jason, you were there. The St. Louis Browns owner, Bill Veeck, who later went on to do Demolition Disco Night for the Chicago White Sox. That didn't work out well. He sent in a pinch hitter. This was one of the first baseball stories I ever read. I had a little book. And it was, yeah, no pun intended. And it was called Baseball Stories You Wouldn't Believe. And it was like the story of Jimmy Pearsall running backwards around the bases, stuff like that. This is one of the first ones. Eddie Goodell came in to pinch hit in the first inning. And the Tigers pitcher, you want to talk about somebody who honestly would get canceled today probably. The Tiger pitcher, Bob Kane, couldn't stop laughing at this little person. Okay, thank you. And he walked him because Eddie Goodell was 3 feet 7 inches.
That's
tall.
crazy. I mean, that's crazy.
That's like the opposite of the whole why don't you put a sumo wrestler in the goal for hockey? That's the opposite. Like, how the hell do you pitch to this guy?
Yeah.
And by the way, why
you don't?
Why haven't they done it again?
Yeah.
I mean, that is a tiny. I mean, by the rules, right? There's got to be shorter people. Well, you put like a 3-foot person in there with a little bat.
But then are they just a constant pinch hitter?
Yeah, but it's automatic base.
Yeah. But then pinch runner for him?
Definitely.
So then you've got 2 players in your lineup that are specifically for just one.
Unless, no, here's what I do. If I'm the manager, he's my leadoff hitter. Every game. Leads off, and then whoever I'm going to have in there, I pinch run for him.
You know, that's not too bad of an idea.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I do. So he leads off. He gets the walk. Jason Ross, you're playing center field.
But you can only do that
once
on road games.
Why?
Because you start in the field if you're a home team.
That's a great point.
Could you play him in the outfield though?
Well, also, could you just DH him? Actually,
DH.
Yeah. I didn't think about that. I just DH the guy.
Most people go power hitters, but you just want to get people on base.
But to your point, though, then he's got to run.
Right. He can run.
I mean, I don't know.
Just a lot of steps to get there.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's a lot of steps. I don't know how that works. You find
3'7".
3'7". Okay, here's what I would do. I know this sounds like I'm making fun. I'm not. I'm trying to be very sensitive here. I would have open tryouts with for real. I would have open tryouts only for people 3'7" and below.
Okay.
But the only tryout is
so 3'9", get out of here.
Out of here there, long legs. Get out of here, Kareem. I'm trying to do something. And then I have all these, the only tryout is they all line up and they do a little 50-meter dash. Or no, how far would it be?
90 feet.
There, thank you. 90-foot dash.
And whoever runs the best
wins.
Okay. That's who you sign.
Guy or girl.
Yeah.
Because why not? Oh, first woman in the major leagues. 3'5", Sally Jesse Johnson. SJJ. Sally Jesse Johnson, the first female Major League Baseball player, stands 3'4". Because wouldn't it stand to believe? I mean, guys are generally taller than girls. So the shorter, the better.
Playing for the walk.
You're playing for the walk.
One time a game.
Unless
you leave it.
Unless you leave. Unless DH. You just work.
Then you're not pinch running.
No, that's the whole point of having them fast.
Yeah.
You get the fastest one, put them in there. On base percentage, 1,000. I think we just hacked baseball.
Yeah, figured it out.
Disrupted baseball.
Thank you. On August 19th, 1995, Mike Tyson returns to the ring after serving 3 years of a prison sentence. And he knocked down old Peter McNeely.
Peter Mac.
Still one of the all-time great promotions ever. My favorite part of that, the funny thing is, what I remember is how much they really tried to like hype it up as like he had a chance.
Yeah.
And he really didn't at all, ever. Here we go. Here, let me see if this sound works.
And keep laughing. Keep laughing. Real funny, huh? If any one of you that doesn't respect me or what I'm doing or what I've been doing for the last 3 months since it's been announced, and going against a guy like this, you'd have a big dump in your pants.
That's right. One of the great lines of all time.
Stinky.
If you don't respect me,
then you have a big dump in your pants.
Or what I'm doing or what I've been doing for the last 3 months since it's been announced, and going against a guy like this, you'd have a big dump in your pants.
What's the sentence he says before? Because it just like all runs into like one word.
Keep laughing.
Keep laughing.
And keep laughing. Keep laughing. Real funny, huh? If any one of you that doesn't respect me or what I'm doing or what I've been doing for the last 3 months since it's been announced, and going against a guy like this, you'd have a big dump in your pants.
That's
Past
right.
3 minutes in the house.
He went on to star in the acclaimed TV sitcom Who's the Boss, and actually had a really good career. You don't get Tony Danza vibes off of him at all, for real?
No.
I completely got Tony Danza vibes.
Boston accent's too thick.
Yeah. Hey, yo.
Well, you know what? If you don't get Tony Danza vibes.
Or what I'm doing or what I've been doing for the last 3 months since it's been announced, and going against a guy like this, you'd have a big dump in your pants.
Going against the guy.
You have a big dump in your pants.
How was he already punch drunk before Mike Tyson knocked him out? Also, is that like a line his mom gave him one? Like, hey, Peter.
Yeah,
If they make fun of you, Peter, you just tell them they got a big dump in the pants.
Yeah, and he's just like, I'm never gonna say that. And then he's like,
no, that's dad definitely giving the line. Anyone ever questions you, son? Tell them they got a big dump in their pants.
Where's your Hurricane Peter McNeely?
Where's the Peter McNeely 30 for 30? Dump in your pants. Where is that one? You tell me we can't get 30 minutes out of that?
No, I think it's a 3 for 3. 3 minutes.
Also, it
would be great. You could show the entire fight.
you really could. Second
and that
for second.
presser.
You're
done.
There's actually a really good, sometimes I will literally go to, probably the two biggest rabbit holes I go down are Tiger Woods and Mike Tyson rabbit holes. Just like greatest shots by Tiger Woods. There's actually a montage. I never realized this, and I've watched every Mike Tyson fight many times. There's a montage that is nothing but Mike Tyson going over to the opponent's corner after he knocks them out. And it's crazy because I never really put it all together, even though I've watched them all. But like, he was the nicest guy after fights. He would always go and like try to help the person and give them big hugs and stuff and all that respect and all that. No matter what the buildup was, no matter what they said about him, he'd always go over and give him like the biggest compliments ever. And I never caught that, but then you see him do it like 30 times.
Is that when he wanted to eat their children?
That was before. Oh. Then afterwards, he just wanted to eat a nice meal with them as friends. We'll take a break. When we come back, crosstalk, Styles and Watkins, celebrity birthdays, -1 and more next.
Keegan Murray plays here.
Keegan scores another three-pointer. Keegan Murray knocking it down for 23 points. Snatched De'Aaron Fox for game scoring honors.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
In a crisis, your number one need is food, because when things go sideways, it's always one of the first things to sell out. But if you wait to stock up, all you'll find at the grocery store are crowds of desperate people and empty shelves. That's why FEMA and the Red Cross say you need at least 72 hours of non-perishable food. But here's the good news. For Patriots, the trusted preparedness company is offering listeners of this station a special buy one, get two free deal on its best-selling 72-hour survival food kits. This new and improved kit has 20 servings of delicious food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all designed to last for 25 years. It sells for $29 and has been rated 4.4 stars by thousands of happy customers. But when you act quickly and buy one kit, you will get two more kits absolutely free. That's 3 kits for the price of one. $58 in free food. Go to freefood1.com. That's freefood1.com. This deal won't last. Go to freefood1.com now.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system? You were a bit surprised at how much it cost, or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area, A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
I would end the day with sore feet, sore legs. The drugstore inserts that I was purchasing were really not very useful at all. I walked into the Good Feet store and the guy kind of grinned at me and said, I hear that a lot. I was living with chronic pain before going to the Good Feet store. Now I don't really have that problem. I'm able to do the things that I expect to be able to do, even at my advanced age. I feel pretty good about what's going on.
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk.
At Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, we make the dream of owning a new car easy and stress-free.
With prices that you just can't say no to. Save on our best selection of the year during the final days of the Honda Summer Event.
Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company. Zone 1 report.
The PGA club fitters at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio know that golf should be fun. They also know that players of all abilities will hit the ball farther and straighter, play better golf, shoot lower scores, and have more fun if they get fitted before they purchase golf clubs. Hagen Oaks delivers the same technology and major brands used to fit PGA and LPGA professionals. See how the game can be even more fun. Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Well, hi, everybody. We're back. It's the, honestly, I was thinking about crosstalk over the weekend, funny enough. Well, because it's a little bit of extra work for you guys.
Oh, you think this crosstalk is extra work for us?
Well,
you should listen to the later one.
It's funny, but we don't have a crosstalk before our show. So you guys are technically on for
Maggie and Perhoff.
We do.
I do.
Nobody. You do that before I come in?
Yeah.
So today, you guys' show is actually 4 hours and 12 minutes.
You should tell our bosses that.
I think you should get paid a little extra.
That's almost what? That's like terrible at math. I don't know. It's a
Well,
decent percentage of an extra
so
shift.
12 minutes a day, that's an hour a week. 52 weeks in a year, that's a full 40-hour week plus 12.
Whew.
That's we're talking coin.
It's a lot.
How you doing there, Alan?
Great.
Even better now, yeah. We just found out we're working for free.
That's right.
I saw Alan on the way. Sometimes we'll pass like ships in the night. I saw him on the way in. It's always the most awkward. It's like, hey. That was the entire interaction. I think you revel in that, though.
What do you mean?
I think that's your comfort zone. When you walk in, because you're not, you could be like, hey, what's going on? How was your weekend? Hey. They just keep walking.
Figure I'll talk to you later.
Yeah. This is our time to talk.
Yes. If that was my only time seeing you, I probably would.
Really?
Do more.
You think so?
But I'm going to talk to you later. So.
You're not talking to me later. This is it right now.
This is it.
This is it. This is our entire interaction all day, unless you text me something strange later. But Chris, you and I talk all the time.
I know you do.
Yep. Remember that one time? Not that long ago. Weekend good. Nothing huge to report.
No COVID. I'm good.
You know, and we might talk about this later in the show, but you know, I've been doing the in-game hosting for the Ballers, and when we have different kids for the events, I mean, it's really turning into an epidemic. I thought that football was supposed to die. I'm asking these kids that are at a baseball game, and these are good-sized young tweener kids, right?
Yeah.
And none of them play baseball. They all say they used to.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're 12. What do you mean you used to? And
they were forced to.
Yeah, and I don't know what you know what?
That's my son.
I think a lot of these kids, even if it's not real football, I think now they're even playing flag football over baseball. It's a problem.
I stopped playing baseball because of flag football.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's a problem, man.
Probably around 12.
And they have baseball hats on. They're at a Ballers game. It's independent. It's not a Major League Baseball. So that just tells me your parents made you go.
Do you know that's exactly what happened? Do you know why? Do you know why?
Why?
Because baseball sucks.
It's really boring.
It's really boring. It's over.
There was
How is it as a parent?
Huh?
How is it as a parent?
Watching baseball?
Yeah,
it sucks worse. Look, everyone wants to watch their kid do the thing.
Coach Pitch. What about Coach Pitch?
The only thing worse than watching baseball is watching horrible baseball, where like the ball gets hit and all the kids like pile onto it, and then some dude's picking his nose.
Because at least soccer is funny.
Soccer is funny. Listen, don't get me wrong. Watching kids sports, once you get past the whole like, oh, he's out there, that's so cute. Like from a aesthetic point of view, kids sports is terrible. It's just not. They're not good.
And baseball's the worst.
Baseball is arguably the
could
worst.
see that.
Plus, it's like, the pitcher can't even get the ball to the plate.
Yeah.
And here's little Connor, Jaden, Jensen, Braxton, Paxton the third, and he can't swing, and he doesn't want to be here. He wants to play Fortnite. This kid over here just pissed himself.
So these names are getting crazy. And after this, I
Actually
promise
has
I'll
a dump in his pants. Like,
so these names are getting crazy. So I said, hey, what are your names? And this is probably the most fun part of it. What are your names? Annika, Baslow, Benton. And then I thought this kid was trolling me, and if he was, it was a Dave level troll. I'm trying to explain this how do I explain this in a PC way? He was a white kid, and it was two white kids, right?
That was
not it.
all.
That was not the PC way.
Two white kids,
said, like he
right?
doesn't look just like me, or
I was gonna say he's more Dave than me.
Yeah,
He's more Dave than me.
Yeah.
And with a straight face, I say, for whatever game we're gonna play, hey, what are your guys' names? David, Mikael, or Michael. I thought he was trolling, straight face the whole time. Blonde hair, blue eyes, Mikael.
Did we find out if his name was spelled Michael?
He spelled it Michael,
But
Michael, Mikael or Michael. And I got on the mic and I said, we got David and Mikael here. And it was a perfect troll. He's got a future in acting if he was trolling, because what am I going to say? Are you messing with me? No smile.
No, you can't.
No smile.
And then if you
That
say,
is not PC.
If you say, are you messing with me? Then he goes and cries to his parents.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no smile.
Yeah.
Dead serious. Mikael.
We got to do celebrity birthdays here. Go ahead and, do that. I know it's a controversial statement, but it's a Jason, a Chris, a Dave, and an Alan, right? I'm all for creative names and another Chris and a Kai. But when you get into like Creighton, Brayton, Schlayton,
Baslow, it was pretty wild.
That's a problem with the parents. They should not have kids. Because here's the thing: where are you getting Baslow on one of them little license plates when you go to a different city? All right, when you get the keychain,
you're not.
You're not. Every single time this kid's name is called in roll call, people are going to laugh and make fun and get it wrong. Your kid's going to grow up to be a psycho because you wanted to be cool at naming your kid
Or a great athlete.
Or you have no choice.
There's
Plaxico,
nothing in between. Exactly. If you make it, you're dialed.
Yeah. Beyonce.
Because once upon a time, I guarantee somebody was like, LeBron. What kind of name is that?
French.
Celebrity birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookie. Sorry, Jason.
Happy birthday, Chris and Keegan Murray.
I know this.
We all know it.
How old?
24.
24.
Happy birthday, Bill Clinton.
I think he's
Also
like
24.
79. I know he's younger than the two dudes, the guy we have and the other guy.
77.
74.
Yeah, 73.
78 for Bill Clinton. Wow.
That's what I
Old
guessed.
man.
Happy birthday,
79.
Kirk Cousins and Kirk Herbstreit. Not the same
Oh,
age.
the
Two
Kirks.
Wait, not the same age?
They're not the same.
38 and 44.
Kirk Cousins
Yeah.
is 37. Kirk Herbstreit, who, by the way, see that news on Kirk Herbstreit?
Oh, what?
It's his
Google.
birthday.
52.
Kirk is 30. We'll say 37.
36,
and
46.
Herb Street is 46.
36 and 55.
Oh,
Boom, nailed it. Not really. All right, for us, it's them. Styles and Watkins, my wife's favorite show, coming up right after this.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple.